Podcast, episode 8 of season 3. A free season. It's Seasons of the Free, which is what we're on now because I needed to unmute everyone. So when I do that, I need to distract myself with something else. Okay, I don't know.
Jebro, those were almost words that you said. There were a few that were recognizable in there. Just a couple, but there were a few.
Only on a Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific for the LightBringers Podcast is when that happens. So you're very welcome, Rick. You're very welcome. If chat, let us know if you can hear us all. If I'm saying words that don't make sense, that's fine. But if the stream is having some issues, it's because Twitch is having the issues this past week. So
The reason why Jebro is ununderstandable is because unintelligible is because of Twitch is having these issues.
So you're calling me ununderstandable when you're using words which don't exist.
Ununderstandable.
Sorry. Do you remember that song?
No. That's actually a good band, by the way. I discovered it not too long ago, but it's like a band from the early 2000s called Phenomena. Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to listen
it's
to
very good. It's very good, yeah.
Maybe
The more you know.
No, I definitely need those gifts and just pop them up. Everyone, hello, welcome. I hope you're well. A new expansion has been released. I got to turn my mic up because I realised that that's on the old thing. Oh no, it's not because I saved it this time. Excellent. My ADHD is on fire today. All I'm gonna say is just I'm all over the shop and it's great. I should tell you why I'm all over the shop. It's because I feel like ArenaNet is all over the shop right now. Like, we got the expansion this week. We've got drops in Guild Wars 2. We've got a daily flipping weapon specs releases. And literally, no matter what social media platform I'm on, I'm seeing ads for Guild Wars 2. And I'm like, what's happening? Are we in some alternative timeline where ArenaNet are actually promoting their game? What's going on? Like, what's happening? I saw a really solid Instagram reel today of Guild Wars 2 while I was just, scrolling between cat reels because that's, all I do now. And it was about mounts. And it was like a direct quote from PC Gamer or something, the most unique mounts in any MMORPG. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah. Sell the actual game. Sell it to people.
Why wait to ride a dragon?
It's so good.
I love when they made that. It was a direct call out to Dragonflight, was it? It was great. I like when they get a little shady.
A little side eye.
That was fun. That was good times.
Yeah.
But yes, so we're going to talk about. I'm still on the shelf about what we're talking about today, but we're not going to talk about story. That's the thing we're 100% not going to do.
Is that the British version of On the Fence?
On the shelf?
Yeah.
I know on the fence
Elf on a shelf.
On the fence is the saying, but I said I'm on the shelf instead.
Okay.
That's just a Jebroism. It's just a Jebroism.
Okay, all right.
Oh wait. Is on the shelf a saying as well? Might be.
You can say you're gonna shelve something.
Oh, you're gonna shelve it. So I just mixed two really good phrases together.
Yeah, and they work.
Yeah.
It did. It did work very well. Thanks, Boots. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Boots is making soup at the moment, so if Boots does pop off every so often.
I do have to pop off.
Whoa, why are we telling Boots' personal business? That's
He's gonna spoon his broth.
He's gonna spoon his broth. What?
Soup.
I like how you went. He's gonna go spoon his broth, and then you went afterwards.
I thought what was gonna happen is that Boots is making soup for all of us, and then you're just gonna through the camera.
The boot soup. An important question: are you the big spoon or the little spoon?
Inquiring minds want to know. Yeah.
I mean, both, really.
Good answer. Good answer.
Good
It's like Family Feud. Good answer.
Oh my god, those Family Feud. Oh my god. Sorry, people are just silly sometimes. Okay. People are silly sometimes, says Jebro. So what we're gonna do is what we first normally do is an intro. We're gonna just do the same intro we always do. One day we'll not do it because after over 100 episodes of the LightBringers podcast, you might not know who we are. So, Rookery, tell us what you do and where you do it. We're getting really good at this.
Hi. Yeah. Hey, how? So I was like, hi.
Hey.
Hi. Hi. Hey, yo. Hi. Hey, everybody. I'm Rookery. That's Rokuri. I am a Guild Wars 2 player, content creator. I think like all of us are here. I am Guild Wars 2. I'm the physical manifestation of it. I bet you didn't think it was going to be this weird, did you? But that's what it is. That's who I am. No, I play a lot of MMOs, but Guild Wars 2 and Final Fantasy 14 are my favorites. And you can find me on Twitch at Rookery, on YouTube at the same where I make videos, and over on Twitter at Rookery_. And I too, Boots, am a both spoons. I'm both spoons. Why would you ever limit yourself? I'm all spoons and snuggling configurations. Very happy about it. So.
Excellent. Well, at least that's important to.
Oh wait, we were talking about snuggling? I thought we were just talking about spoons.
I'm glad you're being sarcastic. Hopefully.
I am Guild Wars 2, and Boots is a literal spoon.
Cool. Excellent. Rookery, good to see you back. Kroof, what
Thanks.
inanimate object are you?
I don't know if I should answer that.
Actually, no. Don't be naughty. Like, you can do anything else other than that. But
If you want to know what inanimate object I am, head over to Nios and look at some of the vegetation.
Oh my God.
Hi, everyone. What? I'm just talking about Guild Wars 2.
terrible.
Hi, everyone. I am Kroof. I am a
Fired.
guild. I am also fired, apparently, after this podcast. So if anyone's got an opening, maybe at like a cafe, I'll
We're
come
still
join.
going to that line of
The
conversation.
pay's probably better. Hi, everyone. I am a Guild Wars 2 content creator. I make a lot of videos about Guild Wars 2 in terms of their weapons, especially because it's been a thing that's going on, balance and story. And I've also been streaming here on Twitch more often because of the lovely drops and the new releases. 'Tis the season to get into the festivities of Twitch. And it's getting cold outside too, so I'm not going out that much. And
Wait, what? It's cold where you are?
well, everything's relative. I'm the big spoon. Come here, baby girl. Let me snuggle you, baby. A big spoon.
Wait, so out of
think I've
any
shut off our
inanimate
cameras.
object you picked? No, it's when I go on the browser. It's when so you can pick any inanimate object. You picked just another spoon.
Big
Well,
spoon. I'm big spoon.
referring back to the big spoon, small spoon, big or little spoon conversation.
Okay, yeah, let's answer that question. It's better.
Remember spoons?
I do. I don't have
Okay,
a
good.
spoon here though. I did earlier. I moved it. I'm sorry. Kroof, it's awesome
Kroof,
to
I
have you
love-
back. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say I love your big spoon energy. That's all.
Can I turn that into a euphemism?
Can I
Maybe
be big
later.
spoon if I'm like really small and petite and only like 5 feet tall?
Yes. Big spoon is not limited to stature. I'm sorry. It's a way of life. It's an energy. It's a vibe.
Did you get a spoon when you were born?
Well,
I think that's a British thing.
Is it just
Yeah,
a
it's not an
British
you
thing?
got like one of
American
those
thing.
silver spoons that you hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a
At
little
first I
spoon.
thought you were making a joke, and then I remembered like, oh wait, no, that's an actual thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got
Did you also get
plate
like a
and
rattle?
spoon. I got a
Silver
well, I
rattle?
got a plate which is on the wall, which is like.
I just got dropped on my head. So.
Did you ever use them?
I don't think you use them. I think they're decorative.
I think it's a northern thing. They just like
Northern? What? I'm from London.
No, sorry, I think it's a southern thing. I'm from the north, so we don't do spoons.
You just throw like
Give you a
mushy peas
sheep
at the
and a
wall when a kid's
spear.
born and just like throw them,
Yeah.
throw the peas at the
Now,
wall.
Yeah.
I have an important question. When you are born and they give you the spoon, do they put it in your mouth?
And they give it to the parents.
Okay.
Wait, the hospital gives it to the parent. Like the
Not the
hospital gives a
hospital.
spoon? Who's giving this?
Can you imagine that?
What I'm
England
trying
would
to
have
ask
no
is
silver.
if you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Jack.
That's funny.
Oh,
That's
that is
funny,
good.
Boots.
That's a good joke, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew you were going there.
Thank you.
I was waiting for you to make that connection.
I was hoping
definitely
someone would
not
catch
born
on.
with a silver spoon in my
I
mouth.
did. It was great.
I was born with a stick from the coffee machine, probably, if I'd be lucky.
Oh my god.
We were not well off. Boots. So funny.
Yeah, hi, I am Boots. You could find me on YouTube at World of Enders. And I'm currently putting out all of those adventure videos. I have one going out once every 2 days now, until the end of November, basically. But I'll probably get some more done, so it'll keep on going because I'm gonna be gone in December, right? So I might as well.
Are you going home for Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's great.
Cool. But yeah, when the weapons come out, I'll probably go back to making some terrible builds.
Excellent. Love it. Looking forward to it. Please check out people's content at the moment. Creepers has got some videos out as well, which would be very good to see and watch on those things as well, bits and bobs.
And I'm going to go check on the soup.
Okay, you're not going to poop.
Report back.
Okay, well, you can as well if you don't need to. It's fine. Phonex, tell us what you do and where you do it.
Hello,
Okay,
I'm Phonex.
Sorry.
What
No,
was
it's because Crew's trying really hard not to laugh, and it's really killing me.
No, can I be honest? That is my least favorite word in the English dictionary.
Poop.
Yeah.
Not moist.
I'm not. No, I have no problem with that.
Moist is fine, but poop is just the
I'm
next
really
level of
sorry.
awful.
I'm so sorry, Crew. I'm really sorry that you've been subjected to this.
Okay.
We talked about
What, Jebro?
what do you prefer?
crap. No
I just
swearing.
prefer shit.
Wow, you swore. First one.
No, that's
Wasn't me.
good. No, that's to the point. That's to the point.
Yeah.
You can't swear on this podcast.
I agree.
Well, next. I'm not allowed to. I have no idea.
What are we doing now? Are we not talking about excrement?
Small instrument.
Okay. No, we can do that. Instrument?
You're doing your intro. What is happening?
I'm doing
to
a. Is this OnlyFans? Am I doing a small instrument at the moment? That's not true.
I have got the mature rating on my channel. It's okay.
Okay,
If you're
that's
listening
good.
to this,
That's good.
then you are like, this is your own fault. It's not
Okay.
mine.
I'm not a spoon, by the way. I'm like a waterbed. That's kind of
You're
my.
a waterbed? Oh my god.
I don't know. Anyway.
I don't even know how that works, so...
I
Mornex,
don't
now
know.
I'm just
Yeah.
imagining like some bizarre scene where a waterbed and some kind of instrument are being really sexual together,
Is
and
it a small
I don't.
saxophone, maybe?
What is happening today? What happened to this podcast?
It's more like comfortable to sit on, but will insult you, and if you puncture it, well, things go wrong. That kind of
Oh, I
thing.
have to. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Can you tell us about
Anyway,
yourself?
strange. Anyway, so yeah, I'm Phonex, the Crichton Herald. I've got a video out on my channel at the moment. If you haven't dived into the new Through the Veil, it shows basically all the loot that you get with the patch. Showcases it all, so you can have a look and see what you want to dive into and what you don't. And yeah, there's a huge amount of loot, actually, quite a bit considering the size of the patch. You get quite dense loot. If you like abattoir sheep.
I've got to go and see that.
Yeah.
Actually, I might show it during the stream because I want to see the armor and stuff. I have seen it.
Yeah. It's chaptered. It's chaptered.
Okay,
The first thing is the infusion.
For our pleasure. Okay, excellent.
Chaptered for your viewing pleasure. Yeah.
Sorry, is that
God.
Wayne's
Yeah,
World?
that's me. I'm done. Yeah.
What's it called? Is it called Through the Veil Loot Showcase?
Yeah.
No, it's not called that.
No.
No, that's too
Proof
obscure
you're
and
fired
nobody
for
will
a
be able to
second
understand.
It's called Guild Wars 2 Abattoir Chic. Do you want raw meat? That's what it's called.
I mean,
I loved that.
You are literally wearing the person on you, so I mean, I guess it's the
Yeah.
same.
Freshly peeled cryptos.
Yeah, I'm
yummy.
kind of concerned about some of the Guild Wars 2's outfits and armor sometimes, but it's fine.
Oh,
Not
abattoir-
recently.
Abattoir is a British word for a slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
Oh,
did
it's so
not
fancy.
realize.
Oh.
It's not actually
Sorry.
an English
It
word.
sounds
though.
really nice, right? Doesn't it? It sounds like it should be
Definitely
something
not.
lovely and pretty, but it's not. It's horrific.
That's not
Yeah,
an English
it's really
word, though, is
dense.
it? It must be.
I mean, when I looked it
Abattoir.
up, it just said British
It's
on,
an actual,
on
we
Google.
make up that word? Is it because
60%.
It is a French word. And
It is a
it
French
is a
word.
French word. Okay.
It means beef.
1066. 1066.
Oh, of course it was made up then.
60% of English is French badly pronounced, guys. That's the truth. That's the truth.
God, it's an unfortunate truth, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, so you can go and watch videos of Fornax's characters wearing Pafer, which is accurate, actually.
And it's climbed inside her, right?
I know, if you haven't seen the new armor, that's pretty much what it is.
Do you feel like Lady Gaga?
Have you seen
Do you feel like Lady Gaga?
Do you feel like
I feel bonita. Because in the meat dress.
Meat dress.
Meat dress.
Oh, I have to remind myself.
Pop culture, Jebro. Pop culture.
I'm old, and I like rock and roll and metal. God damn it.
You don't get any more metal than Lady Gaga.
It's true.
True.
She's pretty metal.
True.
Okay. Also, quick message, genuine,
More like
important,
metal.
no. Quick, just a little bit of a shout out to a very good friend of ours, Pax the Werewolf, who is having surgery today. And
We love you, Pax.
we love you, Pax. We hope you are well. The recovery and everything was going to go great, and we're just really happy for you. So, awesome. Let's go and talk about Guild Wars 2's expansion update. What is it called? Through the Veil? Yeah, that's right. Did you
Through
know,
the Veil.
interestingly enough, I put Through the Veil into Google the other day, GW2, and it's actually a Norn quest line in the original story. And it's about the mists.
Interesting.
It's got the mists involved as well. Funny.
Wow.
What's the veil?
Huh?
What's the veil?
It's
Probably
the
just like in
mists.
reference to the mists. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Just the mists.
It's not like a wedding veil. Like that'll be for Casimir and Marjorie, but that'll be later.
No, I'm so sorry. That's gonna be for me when I marry Patha.
Oh, that might
You want
happen
to
first,
marry
actually.
the meat person?
Yeah.
Like I bit my tongue when we were talking about it, but I will say it now. I would climb in Patha.
Oh, okay.
You bit your tongue. I bit my lip. I said,
Oh my god.
Patha is hot.
She is so hot.
I do like
She's
the voice.
so hot.
She's got a great voice. I think, like, out of all of the cryptists, you look at everyone and you're like, how did that happen? And, like,
I know what you mean.
you
I know what you mean.
Like, you know, in the new story, like, you just see all these things and you're like, I don't know what this is. And then Paper is like, kind of humanoid. In a way.
I mean, we don't totally know that. I mean, there's so much we can talk about with like the possible lore and things, but like even Fornax and I were talking about it during Extra Life. The fact that like we don't actually know what the cryptists they're unaffected. Well, yeah, like but we don't know what their like unaffected forms look like. We don't know if they have like a state that's different than this. We don't know if they simply reflect like the races that they feed off of, because there's obvious similarities there with like the emotions that they consume. Humanity or humanoid form would be a part of that. But like
They gave huge hints in this actually towards that. I don't know if we're allowed to talk about that.
No, it's not yet.
About the lore behind any of
Not
this?
yet. Because I don't
Can we talk
know.
about Deimos for a second? You've all encountered Deimos, right? In the raid.
Yes, many
Deimos
hands, man.
is his emotional support arms, which are supposed to be from Sol Delesio's victims and suffering, right? So we were talking about whether these demon kind are self-actualizing. So they reflect either the person that they're eating or their own personal state of mind. So if they're all subjugated and dominated by Epoch, then they're all top in how they look because of the stress.
That is very interesting because then I read it more as like they are manifestations of like Eparch taking bites out of them, taking chunks away from what could be whole.
I like that.
That's also really
that actually
interesting.
just kind of makes sense to me, fair. Because they do look like that. Although there are very specific models. There's like the Path of Fire model for the surfing mob. You know, the one that kind of surfs and like spins or like runs laps around you. It looks like they're like, I don't know.
That sounds a little bit like lore conversation. Can I also say something about lore now?
No,
Even though
not
I
if
was
it's in the
4
latest story.
minutes ago?
Not if it's in the latest story.
Isn't oh boy.
I know. Well, you missed the one where we talked about stories. Well, you
Look,
missed all of them.
we've got 5 minutes. We can wait. You go do it and come back, and we'll grab a cup of tea.
5 minutes. That was cheeky. Okay.
That was tricky.
Through the Veil. So we're not going to read through the whole of this, maybe some bits and pieces, but there are some new weapon skins which came in. Also, maybe that's not where I start with this conversation. We had a new update on Tuesday for the expansion. It's the first update, I guess, or the second update. I'm not sure which one it is now, what we're calling it nowadays. Anyway, we got a new map. Right, actually, they see all the things here. I can just read it. Okay, there you go. We've got 3 new story chapters. We got an expansion map, third expansion map, which is in a Nios. We got convergences. We got a new mastery track called which is associated with convergences and rifts. We got Wizard's Vault seasonal refresh, which has got some cool stuff in. We'll talk about that today probably as well. A new is it Oneirus or Oneirus spun armor? I don't even know how to say that
I always pronounce it as like onerous.
Oniris. I've always said.
I think Reader sent me a link to how to pronounce it, and I heard it, and then I forgot. I think it was like Oneirus.
Oniris.
Oneiros.
Oniros.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense because the EI. Yeah. That makes well. If we're going to ask anyone, it's going to be the reader, the literal librarian. So that would make sense.
I mean, Pather says Naos. If we're going on in-game pronunciation, it's like Febe.
So that makes
it's not
sense.
Phoebe. It's Febe, isn't it? Febe.
I guess it depends if you're American or not as well.
I sent
Or English.
2 screenshots in our chat of the things I wanted to discuss. The 2 sentences that I wanted to discuss.
I can't look at it right now because otherwise I will lose everything.
Gosh.
Wait, actually, let me just check on my phone. I can do that. So, all right, give me a sec. We got the additional expansion relics. So we got new relics. We got the Cosmic Observatory Challenge Mode. I haven't done that one yet anyway. And then many new rewards, including minis, guild decorations, armor, weapons, infusions, and more. So good. There's also going to be a skills update and balance planned for November 28th. And also the expanded weapons beta proficiency for the expanded weapons proficiency beta as well on the 20th of November, which is very, very, very cool. And then we'll be seeing that next year as well. So where do we begin? There is so much stuff. They have also released a bunch of, they've released Staff Warrior, they've released Axe Thief, and they've released dual wielding, Mace Ranger as well. So we've got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We're going to start off with the expansion. First of all, have we played the expansion, everyone? We have, right? Of course, I would assume so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Secrets of the Obscure or the update?
Yeah.
Oh, the update as well.
Yes.
We played. So the story is not something we're going to talk about today. But first of all, the first thing I wanted to check when I got into the game was the vault. Like, what's the first thing everyone does when they get like a new patch or a new update? Where did you go to first?
Story journal.
Yeah.
Story.
You went to story. All of you. Wow, I am so unique.
That's why we wanted to talk about story today.
Well, no, that's why you wanted to talk about it. And I said I couldn't because I hadn't done it. It would be silly, wouldn't it?
Because you opened the damn Wizard's Vault and looked at it for 10 hours.
Spent 1,000 years just in the Wizard Vault, Jebro. You gotta just play the story.
I know. I streamed and then I did the story and I was like, I've got this thing and I think it's an ADHD thing. I'm pretty sure it is. But like finishing things is really difficult. And because I fear the finishing of it. Like I don't want to finish it because it'd be done. So that gives me anxiety. So it's like it's a very.
I get that.
It's like at the moment I'm on the season 6 of the West Wing. Yeah, I don't want it to end. I've got this thing. I'm on the West Wing season 6. I'm gonna stop soon. I know I'm gonna stop because season 7 is the end, and I'm like,
oh my god.
No. So it's not good.
It's funny because your ADHD is different to mine. I think I'm on the autistic spectrum. Once I pop, I cannot stop. If I'm doing anything. If I'm reading a book, if I'm watching a TV show, if I'm making something, I ain't doing nothing. If my husband wants to distract me with anything, he'll just buy me a new Lego set and I'm just sat there until it's done. Like it's like a Fornax trap. So it's terrible.
Yeah, I do that, but
I
do it
buy
until
Legos.
just towards the end. Yeah, it's something I do as well, but I don't finish the thing. Also, welcome new people as well. And
Welcome.
welcome. So
Welcome
you
and
already went to the
bienvenue.
story. I went to the vault. The vault's cool. It's got instead of having like a mount skin, they got the infusion, right? Did you all get the infusion now?
No, because I've saved up for my legendary starter kit.
Oh,
Nice.
that's the first thing you're grabbing. Okay.
I think it's the first thing I grabbed
Last
when
time
it was
too.
first revealed.
Yeah.
And it's the first thing I'm going to grab this time.
Such
Nice.
good value.
It is good
Nice,
value.
nice.
That's true. The infusion is cool. I unfortunately didn't see. I was trying to work out why it wasn't working, and I realized I've got no skin showing on my character. And I was like, it's a skin infusion. That's what it does.
Skin
But yeah,
fusion.
there's loads of fun stuff in there. It's just like the weapon reskins and stuff. It wasn't as shiny as the last one because it was the first time we saw it. So I was like, yeah, it's okay. It's not bad. The vault stuff's okay.
I mean, it's awesome that it's available in the vault. Like, this is one of the
Yeah.
only infusions I can think of where it's not some like extreme RNG drop or something that you have to pay like a bunch of gold for on the market board. Like, it's nice that it's just something that's available and that infusions are accessible to like other folks to just like get. So
Oh yeah.
I actually ended up going for more of the pieces of the current armor set. I love the like headpiece for this one, like where
Oh,
I thought it
God.
was going to be a forward facing crown, but it actually like it's like flipped. It like sits at the back of the head and it's so pretty. Like I really, really loved it. So
It looks
I
good
ended
on
up
your
picking that up.
character. Should I
It
tell
looks
you what
so
it looks
good
like
on my
my
character.
character? It looks like someone just like put a spiky thing
Hat
in the
on
back
you.
of my head. It's so weird. Like on my Asura, because I've got the mohawk kind of like spiky hair. It sits there and it crosses it, and it just looks like I've got a cross on my head. Like just like it's very
Hey,
random.
It's a look.
I
you
need
could do
to-
something with that.
I need to see what it looks
Yep.
like on other characters.
It looks gorgeous. Like I've got one of the long female like feminine Norn
Oh,
hairstyles.
you got female
And-
character model.
And it's
That's
like
why.
swept, like with the hair, it's kind of like swept back and like pulled back and then it goes down. So the crown looks like it just sits like perfectly where it would sit in the hairstyle.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Maybe I'll chuck it on my. Wait, all my female characters.
I feel like
are
I feel like
bald.
mohawks don't really work with a lot of hats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's usually meant to be the hat,
that's true.
Yeah.
that is
not
true.
to be
You
disguised.
can have a little tiny hat on top of your mohawk, like a little
Do
little
you-
top hat.
Yeah, true. Do you think it would work with a bald character?
No,
You could go with like some angelic vibe, angelic motif, or you just have like steel rods coming out of the head, maybe.
My bald Norn female character is the thing. That's what I'm thinking about. About.
well it depends because
About.
it's a crown, right? So it doesn't cover the whole head, right? So
Yeah.
are you trying to wear a hat to cover the baldness, or are you trying to
No,
show off the
I'm
baldness
trying
or accentuate
to.
it?
I am accentuating. Always
Okay, so then
accentuating.
yeah, it should work.
Yeah, or if you really want to accentuate it, just don't wear any helms. That'll really accentuate it.
You know, as a bald man, I can. People use wax and stuff to make it more shiny.
Oh, little spit shine.
shine it up.
And it is very shiny sometimes. I've never done that, but some men do it. I bet Patrick Stewart does that. Such a legend. Anyway, enough of
The Wizard's Vault was
baldness.
fun. I was very interested to see that in the legendary equipment or the legendary starter kit, they actually repeated Quip and Bolt. So the pistol and the sword that you could get last time are
Really?
still in this one.
So what's the new one?
The two new ones are Predator, the rifle, and I
Sick.
believe the mace, the disco ball mace.
Was there 4 before, or was it 3?
It was 4, and
was
it
4?
was
Interesting.
scepter, staff, pistol, sword. This time it's pistol, sword, rifle, mace, I believe.
Wait, which mace was it? Sorry. Moot.
It's Gen 1, so it's the
Moot,
disco
yeah.
ball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ah yes. I do kind of want that. The disco kind of floor.
So I guess it makes
Just
sense this time around because they're probably wanting people to get the legendary weapons for the new weapons that are coming with all the professions. And pistol,
that's a
sword,
good,
rifle, and mace are all a part of the new weapon collections that are coming.
That makes
It's a
sense.
fantastic head start for new players. It's a fantastic head start. The whole Wizard Vault thing, I think, has been an absolute blinding success.
Yeah.
The only thing that I find a bit sad is by the end of this quarter, the first quarter, it was looking a bit old Mother Hubbard for me. There was just like I had cleaned out the whole thing, but I guess that's part of the gameplay loop of this, whereby it's empty and you're really looking forward to for it being full again.
You can just get like gold, which is still good. Like you can still just buy gold, buy revival orbs, buy whatever. So you can still spend it, but also you can save it for the next one because it rolled over, right? So that's what I did.
Yeah.
Saved up
I just wish there was a way to get the gift of exploration without having to do map completion every time.
I still think that's a good way of doing it. I still think that's good. I think you should have to do something at length to get
It's training.
It's easy now, though. It's just time.
It is easy with the mounts, but...
Yeah. It's not bad. But yeah, I get it. I did them early and I kind of just saved them. So I do have to do another one actually. Okay.
Yeah, goddamn.
Wizard's Vault, yes, very good. I got the infusion and I'm saving up for the legendary thing. I've still got the one from last time. Don't know what one I'm going to do because I'm just going to hoard it until I never use it and it will just sit there forever. But you know, that's just how I work with the game. Like every single bank tab. Oh, wait a minute. You should probably clean this up. Oh, wait, there's a sale on bank tabs. I don't need to.
Did you talk about the new expansion relics while I was gone?
No.
No, not yet.
That's a good point.
Okay.
What new ones got added? Do you know, Boots?
I only took a look at one of them, which is weird because I should have looked at all of them. But the one that I looked at was really cool. It was when you do a combo finisher or a stomp?
Blast finisher.
When you do a blast finisher, is it only inside a water field or in any kind of field?
Any field.
Any field.
It's like the
you
scrapper.
heal your allies around you.
Yeah, it's like the scrapper trait.
So yeah, that'll be very, very good for lots of business, I think.
Well, actually, yeah.
Yeah, there was Demon Queen, which was a poison thing. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, Demon Queen. Demon Queen and Caracosa is the blast finisher, but Demon Queen is really interesting. It makes poisons more potent in terms of reducing the amount of healing that players and enemies will get even more.
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
so poison is 33% reduction in healing for whoever has it. And with this, when you apply poison, it's 50% reduction in healing.
Oh wow!
Instead, so it's good for competitive modes. But the question I have a question about it, which is how it treats the stacks. So like, because there's only, well, I guess that's not true. Poison stacks, so it shouldn't be an issue actually. Yeah, as long as you have one of those types of stacks on you, even if somebody else has a different poison stacks on, it should be okay.
It's interesting. The only one that seems to be kind of behind an activity wall is Febe, which you have to do a metric ton of convergences for. I think it's like tier 3, the final reward of the convergence. Febe. It's the convergence conqueror. Yeah,
I got Febe.
I think I got it from the story. Was this story?
Are you thinking of Norris?
Oh, it could be. Is it? Let me check. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Because I got Febe. There are 2 relics I don't have. And I think it...
I think it's one of those.
Yeah. Norris is the one where like you grow larger and you do more damage and
I did also see that Supreme Runes of Holding can drop from convergences, which I know a lot of folks are excited about.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is just I have not kept up with the relics as many people have, as much as many people have, I guess. So I've been like getting like little bits of information about like, oh yeah, these relics are dropping, or oh hey, this rune comes from now, and I'm like, okay,
honestly,
great.
I too have not kept up with it enough because I've like put build making in the back of my mind and been only doing adventures for a little while. So it's in the back of my mind and it's going to come back to the forefront when the weapons come out. And that's when I'll take a real good look at the relics and get back into it. But also I kind of feel like collecting the relics is not something I'm really going to go for just yet because of the fact that we know a legendary relic is going to be coming eventually.
Yes.
And so I think I'm probably just going to try to get the legendary relic when it comes and then and then I won't need to get all the other relics.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And I think with this patch and the expansion relics in particular, this collection is maybe some of the more exciting relics in terms of their design. So even when they were first introduced, I was like, oh, these will be interesting in terms of adding another layer of gameplay. But when you look at things like the Relic of Carcosa, where you heal whenever you blast finish, it's like, maybe now I can do something interesting with like Staff Warrior that's coming, or any other classes where I have a lot of finishers on. So I like these, the set that they introduced with this update a lot.
Yes, Kip, you're probably right. That's what's going to happen. That in order to get the legendary relic, you're going to have to get all the other relics first.
Probably.
Probably.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe.
You have to like, can you salvage that? Can you salvage relics?
I actually don't know. You can send them.
I don't know. Maybe you'll have to like salvage a whole bunch of them and like refine them down to their essence or something.
Mm-hmm.
They'll do something to get you to farm up relics.
I'm gonna play your video in the background,
Why are
Harold,
we freeze framed on a?
Go for it.
because we're gonna show a skin off. Is this Jotun infusion from the CM? Is it?
Oh, that's cool.
It's
Yeah,
very
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
It's very cool. This is who I go and watch when I need to know what is actually going to be what the rewards are from the game, because they don't tell us. Because you know how World of Warcraft is doing this really cool thing where they're like showing off all their armor sets and all the different rewards they have right now, which is really good. Guild C don't tend to do that.
We got a screenshot.
We got one screenshot. Excellent. That's true.
And
What
the
happens when you
abominable
stack
weapons.
that infusion?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's
Nothing. I tried.
It's pretty cool. I like it.
Cool.
I think it's
I
so
will
cool.
say. I will say that the infusion is affected by the hue of your character's epidermis or fur. So if you've got tattoos, it will hide the infusion as it kind of fractals through the body. It kind of runs on a cycle, and if you have a really dark hue, it's really hard to see the machinations of the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So-
rough, actually.
Yeah,
That's
look how
interesting.
dark it is compared to that. So, and watch. This is why I've put them so you can see what they look like before and after, so that you can actually see it kind of fractaling through the body, especially.
Oh, that's cool. I never
so-
noticed that it moves through. Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you
That was
Cool.
actually really wicked. Like it
Yeah.
just moves the way it moves around. Oh, I didn't even notice that.
It's
a shame
really-
that,
it's really
the
lovely.
dark-hued characters don't get to see anything. That seems like an oversight.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's like a
and there's
bug.
all sorts of different images and runes from Jotun culture running through it, and some of them are white and some of them are black, and they kind of like merge together in a kind of fractal pattern. It's really, really pretty. I got a load of footage of that, but obviously you try and like cut it down to so that people can actually consume it. But yeah, it's a shame. And even in different, I like took the characters to different light boxes to see if I could like see the infusion better, and it's actually much more visible in Naos, but yeah, the darker hues, if you've got dark fur or if you've got heavily patterned fur, yeah, you're going to struggle to see this infusion.
Do the lighter color like markings show up on the like darker hued skin, or is it something where it just like warps the whole thing, the light and dark sort of runes?
What it appears to me is, especially like if you look at the non-male, you can see that it actually just sits behind his, so that it's like the epidermis is like a veil in front of the infusion. Some infusions just completely take over and just change all of the epidermis, but this one kind of sits underneath
other way
that
around.
layer. Is it?
So yeah,
'Cause-
like isn't it the infusion kind of goes on top of the epidermis, and then it's like a slightly opaque blue hue with different things?
Well, I mean, if you look at the tattoos, just don't change. His tattoos don't change, and the infusion is rolling underneath the tattoos, and it's rolling underneath the Char's fur. That's which I found, because so she has got nothing, but look, you can't see it underneath his. It hides it.
Oh, so
Which
then
I
it doesn't
found-
move? Because
No, it does.
Oh.
It moves. It's just it moves underneath the tattoos, so that
Yeah, and
you
it's slow.
don't see it moving. Yeah, it is very slow. The one at the end
Right.
where you see her like flashing by, I had to like increase the speed like 3 or 4 times so you could actually see the process rolling through.
I see.
Yeah.
So it's
It
like,
does move very slowly. That's kind
Very
of cool,
slowly.
though.
Yeah, I actually like that because it does. I mean, I guess in some ways it's kind of unfortunate if you're like stuck with it like right on your face and you're not a big fan of that, and then you have to wait a long time for it to go. But I actually like that it kind of like it'll shift slowly in a way that you probably don't notice
It's
it
like
for
the
vast
night
majority of the
sky.
time. Yeah, it's pretty.
I think that's really good. I want to go and look at A08 and sorry, that sounded odd. Okay, let's actually go through this. The worm enrichment, what's that?
The worm enrichment, so it's part of, if you do Frode's journal achievement, it's an enrichment slot. So everyone gets an amulet. Some amulets have utilities. The utility, if you put this slot in, it'll increase like 20% more from gold, more magic find, more world v world stuff, and it's super handy to have. And ascended amulets are really easy to get, especially.
You can throw in and out of your legendary as well.
Yeah, enrichment slots are definitely an underused part of this game, and I feel like we need more interesting enrichment slots.
Especially if you in World v World, because World v World gets 2 enrichment slots, one for reward tracks and one for World v World experience. So if you're trying to get like a gift of battle or something, it's really, that will help you a lot.
Interesting. Okay, we got these weapons as well. I love every single time you do like a little bit of a cutscene between each one, like it's I don't know, do you know what I mean, like weapons, and there's just this guy with a massive sword.
I'm a try hard. That's what
you're not try hard. You're wonderful. I love watching your videos. They're so well put together.
Yeah, these are cool.
No, they're so polished. They're so profesh. I love it.
It's good. These abomination weapons, I actually really enjoy these. I don't know if I would use them specifically, but maybe on my necro or something, just go really blatant in. But like, they're very cool. I like the eye movement. That's just like, yeah, love it.
I have a hard time with them because every time I see them or like preview them, I'm like, get it off.
Yeah.
They look so squishy.
That's what they are, isn't it? It's a leech on a weapon which is already formed, I guess.
Yeah, they're a bit rough.
Necros and revs would do really well with this set.
What did you
very
call
thematic,
this? You called the Sarek set the Tartar Tasty?
They do just look like raw meat. I mean, it does.
It does look like you're cooking the meat and like you just.
I do
tar
this
off
a
the
lot.
ends a
If you miss my captions, I do a lot of like quirky shit in my captions. So
I am not. I've seen these for the first time, and I am not liking the rippling flesh effect at all.
I love it.
The crypt is
you
kind of
don't like
freaked me
the
out anyway.
gelatinous, undulating flesh. What is wrong with you? Come on.
You know, like your flesh slightly vibrating.
Oh, Jesus.
I love the
Humming.
quivering undulation so much.
You haven't
Wait, so
seen
there's a
anything yet, though.
consecrated set? What is it, like slightly done?
The
You know, we've got
Sarek
different like
is-
styles of steak. There's like rare, medium rare.
This will be the extra bloody.
Yeah, this is the rancid set. This has been consecrated in, I don't know, Bobby Kotick's blood or something. But yeah, it's just horrific.
Good. Oh, that's
they're just-
cool. I like that.
Oh, she's gay.
Look at the mouth. It wiggles. It
That
wiggles.
hammer. She's
I mean, look, these are
Alright.
not my style.
Why does that hammer have a hole in it?
Don't ask questions.
Look at the mouth. Look at that. Look at that.
Why is my hammer gaping? I don't know.
Oh, you want to wait until you get to the staff, my friend. Oh my god, I'm here. Like the staff.
you wanna wait until you get to
Oh my
the-
God.
You want to wait until you get to the guns, is what you want to
really?
wait.
Oh, the guns.
Look at the staff.
Yeah.
There's a mouth.
But
Actually
I will say
horrible.
you'll get the baseline Sarek set from just playing in Nios. They'll just be random drops and through chests. They're
Okay.
rares. This consecrated set will be your exotic.
Can you
form
get them
of
from? How do you get those though?
I think you craft them.
There you go. That's where you get them from.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's in the camp. Yeah, there is an ascended one. That's a super rare drop from Neos Horde. Ignatius is the meta map boss that it's on the text on the weapon. It says ripped from the body of it. So whatever part you think this might be from Ignatius, yeah.
So
Cool,
chicken.
I love that.
You were talking about that, didn't we? We talked about that. We were talking about how some things look like chicken legs and stuff, and how we're gonna maybe use, get these as weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
So are we
neat.
agreed that we're calling that its name is Ignaxius and not Ignatius because of?
I think it's Ignaxius.
Ignaxius.
I will say,
Sounds better.
these are pretty grungy, monstrous kind of. Not gory, but there's definitely a horror element with these two sets, the fleshiness, right? But also the tentacle monsters, that sort of Cthulhian, right? And I don't dislike them for variants. This is not my aesthetic or style, but it feels appropriate to the expansion.
This is
it feels
the
appropriate.
opposite of your style.
Yeah. But it feels appropriate to the expansion, to the themes, to the enemies. And I'm always such a sucker for when if you're on a map, you get a weapon set that suits that map or that looks like those creatures or that. So I don't hate them. I actually think they're quite cool. And I really did find them fun, especially the abomination ones. I don't know why. I really like the weird little ways that they've worked in those little tentacle creatures into the existing weapon.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'll ever use them, but I actually have had fun collecting them.
Yeah, I kind of want to. I like the abominations more, I guess. Okay, let's have a look at what else there was. These are the weapons you like. They're dark centified. You like these, don't you? Crown Herald, you like these weapons?
Yeah, I think that they're the best of the bunch. That was the original set, and this is the kind of the redder set that they've got. I think they're lovely.
They're actually not bad. I like these ones more.
And it really matches the Paragon.
Valentine's Day ones from a while back.
I can see that.
With the roses, with the
Black Lion.
with the roses on.
The ones in the Black Lion chest from a long time.
Yeah, they're quite pretty.
Oh, this is the Sanctified Wizards. Oh, you've got the crown on. There you go. See, that actually makes sense. Actually, that is not a bad set. I don't think it looks good on male character models, though.
It does have a Paragon vibe, a Sunspear vibe, and I really like that.
And the back piece as
We
well.
will
It's
put a
got
disclaimer that Jebro does play a Sura, so take that with what you will.
Not many. I mean, well, I play everything, but maybe not your male character. No, I've got a male Asura. It looks, you can't see most of it. Like shoulder pieces on Asura turn into it looks like you're wearing a little coin on your shoulder. It's weird. I don't know. I've got a chart.
Okay, so you could just go full. You could just go full cryptid right now with all the weapons in this armor too. Now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you can.
It's wow. Oh
It's so
my
pretty.
I love this set.
god.
Yeah, I'm totally obsessed with this. It's very, very cool.
I mean, they should do this more, shouldn't they? Where you can look like actual bosses in the game. I mean, I guess you can look like some. There was the outfit for what's his name? Oh god, Puff of Fire Boss. Balthazar, yes. There's the Balthazar kind of outfit, right? They've kind of done it before. Wait, is this is singular parts or is this the whole thing?
Pieces. There's different
It's
pieces.
pieces? Oh, cool. That's awesome.
It's basically the same cost as the Astral Ward stuff. So because it's going to be eventually part of the legendary build-up, this is like a precursor. So you need gifts for this. So you'll need a gift of venom and a gift of bones and a gift of, and each one of them costs a gift.
Legendary armor.
This is the
Yeah.
That's actually wicked. So what? So we already know what the legendary armor is going to kind of. Okay.
No.
Well, we have the concept art, and the concept art is each are different. But what they're doing is launch expansion. The Astral Ward set was the first part of the precursor. This is the second part of the precursor to kind of unlock that journey.
I need to do this. This looks cool. They both look cool. Okay. Oh man. Even on the Sura,
they are very expensive.
Yeah.
But they look good.
And one of my favorite things is that, as chat was pointing out too, like on sort of like humanoid models and things, the feet have the like lofted heel, where like you have that almost what is it called? There's like a specific term for it.
Like
when you
it's
have
the
like
front bit, like a chafer.
yeah, it's like a raised. It's like a common trait in animals where you have like a raised heel like that. It's so cool and I love it.
Thank you for doing the Asura walk one, because even like, you know, you got everyone looking like really serious and like badass, and like here comes the Asura.
Walking in like that kid in that viral video that walks in on his dad doing an interview.
Oh, it's so funny. I love Asura. That's what they say.
And this set actually looks really good on Sylvari. It complements their leafy aesthetic very well. And people have been mixing and matching with cultural armor as well.
Look at that coloring on the armor is like, what? That's so good.
I gotta get this armor now. It's kind of serving.
I'm gonna stop watching Harold's videos.
I was a little half in, half out because it is expensive, but I might just grind it out. I gotta do it.
It's so good. And yes, thank you. Digitigrade. That's the word. For that kind of like raised heel effect. No, I love that.
It matches really well with the weapons. I mean, it's as grotesque as I find them, and I would not touch them. And you need, please get a tetanus shot. But yeah, I really think this is lovely armor. It really is.
Wicked. And then there's the cape which goes with it. See, that cape is wicked. That is actually very cool.
I like
that
how
cape
the
is
armor
repugnant.
It's so good. It's so good.
I like how the armor even goes all the way up to like right under your chin.
Mm-hmm.
The front of it makes it look like a plunging V. It's exposing your chest.
But look at that. They've given you a whole look. Grant Harold, come on, everyone. You gotta give some hype to Grant Harold. They've like popped in the Cryptus sky scale skin in the video as well. That is a whole fit, everything. Yeah. The whole look, you've got it all. Oh, you've actually got the relics here as well. There you go.
I did cover them.
Wow.
Wild.
And a close up. Yeah.
I should have just been like, let's just watch.
Why horns for eyes though? That's what I want to know. That why did you put horns for this poor thing's eyes? I mean,
oh my god, I didn't even notice that. Oh my god.
It's disgusting. Like properly like.
That's amazing.
My spine just fell out.
Also, one thing to note is that the new set of relics come with information, with tooltip information on what it actually does, and shows you the range and the interval and how much it's increasing. The older ones do not. So I hope that they go back, kind of update those to be a little bit more knowledgeable and a little bit more transparent with what they're doing when they're doing it.
That's interesting.
Unfortunately, by the way, I have not got any footage of the new infusion from the vault. We didn't get that. This is from the test realms, full disclosure. This was that they sometimes allow us partners to go in. This is Kabuki theating somebody else's account. This is just a borrowed account that they give us. And we don't get access to anything on the trading post or anything like that. They like to lock all that down. So we only get to see what they want us to see, and we didn't get access to the infusion that was going on. So on the vault.
Thank you for the access. No. Good.
Thank you very much, guys.
There's those cute
these are the sky scale. Yeah, sky scale on the stick.
Wait, what? Oh, the sky scale weapons. Okay, sorry, I'll go back. Yeah, right? What? This is so random that they popped this in. It's cool though. It's cool.
They're adorable.
How'd you get those weapons? I can't remember.
They're rift drops. I think that's what chat was telling me today when I was streaming, that they're rift drops and there's a higher chance that they drop from tier 3 rifts.
Yeah.
Got it.
Sky scale puppy on a stick. I like the staff. These dropped with the expansion, but there's just another way to get them.
Oh, there you go. Relic of the Midnight King. Maybe that could take over your Mad King's one. Gain might and fury to nearby allies when you disable an enemy. Not the same.
Entirely different.
Yeah, it's very different, but it's got king in it.
It does have the word king in it. That's a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, I'm gonna skip over the. We're gonna. You can conclusion. Go and watch his video. If you have been listening to us talk about things, we've been watching Crown Herald's latest video, which has been talking about the loot. It's a loot showcase, which is really, really helpful if you want to find out what rewards are actually in the game. Okay. Excellent.
Oh, can I just tell everybody, if you want that loot, if you want the Onaris armor, if the Cryptus armor cosplay, it's from Leah. Go to Leah. That's where you get it from. I didn't know when I looked at this because everything's locked down, but yeah, you get it from Leah. The same place you get the Astral Ward armor from.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
So we're gonna leave the story to. I appreciate it. Thank you, Crown Herald. Legend. Awesome. We're gonna leave. We can talk about. See, I'm very wary that we've got 3 classes with new weapons. I'm kind of hype about that and kind of do want to do that for the rest of the show.
And they came with trailers.
Yes, and they came with trailers. Ooh. And we do have a lot, there's a lot in the update to talk about as well. I want to talk about convergences, want to talk about story. So what we're going to do is we're probably going to do story and convergences next week, and we'll do the weapons now if people don't mind. Unless there's anything they really wanted to just talk about with the expansion right now, I don't mind doing that, other than the story boots.
But what about the screenshots? It's not the story, it's just a small lore
It's a small bit of conversation.
Let me just
it's world building.
World building.
Yes. I have to
yeah, both Leia and the Outfitter. Yeah, in the comments. That's all right, guys. Sorry. Yeah. I was completely at a loss. I didn't even think to go and see Leah or the Outfitter. I was like hunting through all the achievements, which is where most things are locked. And I spent a good 20 minutes like.
Give me a sec. Sorry. Don't go.
Oh no.
Okay, I did something bad.
What have you done? You made Jebro.
Ruined everything.
Oh, I'm Jebro.
Oh no, I'm back.
Oh, how's your view, by the way?
So today we're going to be talking about.
Just like him.
Sorry about that, everyone.
Okay, one thing I will say before we move on to Boots' world building is that there's currently no portal to Inner Nyos. And that is a little annoying from an alt perspective, because you have to go through the story to get to Nyos, or use teleport to friends to get to Nyos. And I know there's like a whole lore reason why there isn't the main gate in the Wizard's Tower, but I think it would have been nice to see that there was like maybe a small rift opening that you could go through just until the story reaches that point, because it is annoying.
Yeah. Or they could sell one of those books that say...
No, because we already have the portal scroll for the Wizard's Tower, and the Wizard's Tower has access to, in theory, all 3 of the map points already.
I mean, lore-wise, why should it be able to go to Nyos whenever it wants?
Well, it's just like real-world reasoning. Paitha gave you an opening, but only you can go through it.
I think there should be an easier way, but
Boots, put the screenshot in our chat, because if I go to the channel to look at it, I can't.
In which chat?
I switch in the one who now normal direct messages chat, because if I go to the channel, I switch everything. I can't look at the chat because it will just like wreck everything.
Okay, hold on.
Oh yeah, sorry. Thank you, Rook. Sorry, I forgot to change them around from different guests in recent times, so I'm sorry about that.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay, there we go.
But yes, I mean, I guess we were talking as Boots tosses stuff up and things, just in general, like, obviously we'll have an episode where we do get to discuss more of the actual details of this particular release, and, you know, the additional greater scheme of the story, but I did find this entire portion really fascinating from a lore standpoint. Like, there's so much that I want to know more about. There are so many things that we really got to actually start having a first glimpse of, a first understanding of, and it's just really refreshing to get to go somewhere that is so far beyond our picturing of locations, right? Where we're kind of normally go, oh yeah, sure, there's these actual geographical areas or these, you know, land masses or these places on a planet. But this was something that I think really delved into the realm of fantasy for me in such a way that was such a treat to have, that I have not had as much of recently with like MMOs. I mean, I've had sure, a lot of interesting zones, or some that were even more abstract or more metaphorical or leaned into science fiction elements, but this just felt so cool to see this kind of I don't know, just great expansion of the actual fantasy in this game and the depths to that and the possibilities of realms beyond the tangible world. And I was so interested and engaged by it.
Can I ask you all a question? So,
Sure.
outside the story, so if you've played any of it, the opening gambit, you'll get to Naos. So, what do you think of it being kind of adjacent to the Amnitas and that? Would you have preferred it to be on a new map in like a misty, like star-filled map to represent it as a mist realm, rather than it looks just like a place on Tyria?
Well, I have a very important thing to talk about that, but I can't, unfortunately. So
Access denied. Oh,
I think
I would have answered your question, but I will not.
I think it is whatever makes it easiest for them to add maps to the game that do not make them have extra work to create subsets and other slides of maps.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we did see in like ESO, for example, they did, when they ended up going to realms beyond the tangible realm, they did add a like map view that like takes you out to the greater spheres of reality and stuff, which I do actually like. But it could be something where if they don't really have plans on like moving forward, you know, introducing a lot of other alternate realm pockets and stuff like that, maybe they were just going, okay, well, we'll just keep this within the same region because people will want to run the content on all of these, you know, and so we'll keep them that way so that like for ease of access, you're just, all of your expansion stuff is there and you can click on it, kind of thing.
It is kind of weird it's there, but I guess also that area is just like, even just with like the idea of it's not Tyria anyway, where there was the towers anyway, right? So it's like,
theoretically, if we get
like
to like go to more out there beyond the mist realms, we might get a different map. But
or space
until that happens,
space boots.
That's what I'm talking about. But I don't think they want to, you know, willy-nilly add new arrows to the little compass, for example, or I think.
So, I'm going to have a thought. So, I like features that we can build on. So, like, the sky scales are a perfect example. A great thing. People really love the mounts. They really love the flying mounts, and they leaned into that. People love the demons from Bastion of the Penitent. They've leaned into that with their story, and I'm loving that. And I'm hoping that this Heart of the Obscure, what I was hoping for with the Heart of the Obscure, should I say, is that we would spin up the Heart of the Obscure, and then we would have access to a cornucopia of Mist Realms via this portal device, because it can open and close portals. And that was kind of where my head was going. And if we are going to have more planar adventures in Guild Wars 2, that might be a nice portal, a nice continuity thing, at least in lore terms, to have this as the kind of the MacGuffin for it. That would be my thoughts.
I think maybe in the future, if we go to new realms, maybe they have on the mini map, for example, or next to the compass, they could have a little miniature version of the Heart of the Obscure that you click on and it brings up a new display of some kind to go to different places.
Well, we have that the speed compass, so you can jump from Kryta to Cantha to Alona, which I think is great, and maybe they could do something with that just pops us to a different part of the map.
Click on the center of the compass, and it looks a little bit like the Heart of the Obscure, and it brings up a new something or other for us to go to different realms.
Do you want to talk about the map a little bit? Let's talk about the map a little bit. We just had an update come out.
I can't, because the thing I wanted to talk about the map is
You can talk about the map and not talk about this tiny detail, Bruce.
Right.
Like, there is more that exists outside of this small text box.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm sorry, Boots.
Maybe Boots just really wants to talk about this thing and was really excited about it.
You can talk about it next week. It's a spoiler.
All right. Is
This
it?
is no spoil. Isn't it's in the story, isn't it?
I think it's just a bit of ambient map dialogue. I don't know if it's
No, it's part of the story. Like it's while people are talking in the story, but I don't think there's any spoilers in it.
But is it part of the story instance?
Yeah,
It occurs
So,
in
yes,
a story
so that's a
instance,
spoiler,
but
yes.
Okay, all right,
That's what a spoiler is.
all right. But
Well,
I'm sorry,
to just
but-
talk about the map in general,
Yeah.
I think this one is. I really liked the little teaser we got of it. I mean, it seems as though it's going to be at least 2-part, seemingly 3-part map. And
it's
I really think that for a starting point, it was a sliver. It's not like it's a huge zone, but we knew that it wouldn't be. And again, this isn't one of the major releases for the expansion. It's one of the ones in between. And I think that what we did get, the events are really, I think they're fun. There's a good culmination, the exploration, the ambiance of it. I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so curious about this. And I think that there are some good, memorable kind of moments on it and spots on it. And honestly, I just gets me excited to see how the whole thing will come together, because I think that getting the entire picture of it, kind of just how we are actually setting foot in this area for the first time and charting the uncharted, essentially. It has me just really interested to know, okay, well, we've seen all of this. What's next? What's beyond this? How does this all come together? So I enjoyed it. It's small, but there's still a lot of stuff that you can do on it, and I think it fits in nicely with the other maps that we have. And I mean, of course, it won't be small by the end because it's going to be 3 parts.
yeah, I agree.
It is small right now. I think when I heard that it was going to be split into 3 parts, the map, I thought it was going to be maybe, because it's 3 parts, a much bigger map than we usually get. But in reality, I think it's about the same size of a map as we usually get, and it's split into 3 parts. So this part does feel pretty small, and just having that fog there blocking past it is just oh, there's all this extra stuff that I want to go see right now. Why I can't go right now, even though I finished the story and I should be anyway. So I think that is a little bit limiting for me. I do though, it does feel like a very hostile environment, which is what I was hoping for Nios. I was hoping for it to be we shouldn't be here. There are bad stuff happening here, and I'm getting punished for it. And it does feel that way in this first part of the map, and I like that.
I like that you can peer out through the fog and see some of the geography of Nios a little bit. And I'm interested to see more of Epark's corruption, because towards the north of Inner Nios, you see that red corruption, and there are these beautiful, extractor sites with these, long, tall spires that has never really been seen in Guild Wars 2 before. It almost reads Diablo-esque in terms of inspiration.
That's a good point, yeah.
And I loved that, and so I'm excited to see more of it as the map evolves more west and we get closer to Epark's castle, and where he's really has his grip on the Cryptus. But I really enjoyed this first part of the setting, where it kind of sets the tone of what Nios kind of was, where it's not really inflicted with Epark's corruption in its land itself.
Lovely. Yeah, I don't mind this map. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. The I had interesting enough, Pax was in our chat when we were doing the meta, and I was like, and it was, I think they designed it or they worked on it a lot, right? But I was like, don't tell me what to do. I need to know that I can work this out myself. And it took a minute. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, okay, I have to take this flame from one place to the other. We failed because it was release day and it was nighttime, and I didn't get further because I was the only one doing it. But it was, I got around to working out. It took a minute. I'd had a long day, and I was like you, Kroof, you were saying, I wanted to stream and take advantage of drops after work, so I'd work an 8-hour day. And then I went straight into streaming and realized that my brain wasn't working. But I like the map. Yeah. Oh, that is a cool little addition. Actually, that was nice that I saw that happening on the screen. They did this little tool belt skill where you can, or sorry, F1 or whatever it is, where you don't have to get, if you're on a sky scale, you can cancel out the ley lines.
Yeah.
Yes,
cool.
that is really nice. Yeah.
I will activate that at some point in time.
If you need to.
It's there. Yeah.
It's nice. And a nice quality of life.
Yes, there's loads of quality.
And while this map is small, I actually love it's very event dense. You're always running into something, and the events do cycle very regularly. So what I kind of had issue with in a couple instances for the core Soto maps were the achievements were tied to dynamic events.
Yes.
And sometimes you just wouldn't catch it, and there were multiple chains. But they're a bit smaller in terms of they don't chain into as many events, and they will cycle very quickly. So you're always able to catch it within like 10 minutes or so. So I really like that.
I love that you brought that up. Oh, I'm sorry, Boots. Please go ahead.
I was gonna say I enjoy that a lot of the events have those floaty turret things that you're supposed to knock down with your sky scales, and if you don't knock them down, they're pretty punishing to your sky scale. So it makes it difficult to go around on your sky scale, which I kind of like.
Yeah, it gives you a reason to like do more of that aerial combat. And I didn't realize until today when I was running it, and some folks were like, oh yeah, if you barrel roll through, it'll like pop open the ones that are closed, and you can like, do your fire turret. Like I thought that was great. I was going to say that I am really glad that Kroof brought up that point about the event cycles and stuff, because I did have that happen, and I think I even talked about it in the Lightbringers when I was working on some of the additional achievement collections, where I was like waiting a long time between the events, or there was one around like the Dwarven like city where it didn't actually show the person that has, like, it doesn't mark the person that had the event, and so I couldn't even tell like when the event was starting or like what NPC it was that I was supposed to talk to start it, and I don't know if that was just like a bug at the time. I'm guessing it must have been, but like I sat there and went through like 5 cycles over the course of like 3 hours of the events in that area and could not find the one that was what I needed for Zoja's journals, and I was just like, what am I missing? I think it was like Jeb who told me later or something. So I really appreciate that this expansion we've had, I think, a really good range of like meta lengths, interesting event chains, reasons to do those, but then also like on this map, like you're saying, kind of shifting that even in the overall map design, that you can still have a map where there's like greater frequency. And like between all of this, having the rifts and like the convergences as well, it feels like I can just do a constant flow of stuff, which is really nice.
And they also changed up how rifts work in Nyos. You're no longer trying to kill all the demons that are coming out. Right? You're now trying to prevent them from getting into a point, which is really cool. It emphasizes more crowd control, which I like.
I didn't think about that. That's cool. Awesome. Yeah, I don't mind the map. I think I was very much like, oh, this is really Stranger Things. Like, there's this moment here where the tree roots are kind of like infected and taken over and stuff like that, where it's like, yeah, it's kind of cool. The events are different as well. Love the amount of events. Like, it feels like you're really in a zone which is very much an alien kind of, like, very, like you're invading. Like it should be. Like, it should be like defenses. There should be lots of enemies. You should feel like you're encroaching onto enemy territory and that you're gonna potentially struggle, because I did at times. It's just like, there's actually 4 events right now on top of me, and there's no one here, so I'm just gonna escape. But yeah, no, it's fun.
I kind of enjoyed the capering Cryptus poppies as they're kind of scuttling sideways. It's so weird and cute. The thing I liked most about it, I think the ArenaNet do some of its best storytelling through their maps, through environmental storytelling. And I think that this tells a whole heck of a lot about the kind of the culture and the ethos and the corruption of the story that we're kind of playing through, and the corruption of Epoch. And you can very much see where his influence is, and what Nyos would look like if it was uncorrupted, if it wasn't for Epoch. And it kind of feels like a grim fairy tale nightmare kind of dreamscape, and I like that. And it feels a bit discombobulating because you kind of on a floating island. There's lots of tree roots, and it's beautiful, but it's strange. And I that's one of the things I appreciate most. It's actually in a lot of gaming. If an area is very dangerous, they make it very unaesthetically pleasing. They make it dark and it's dank and it's all that, and you don't have to go there. You can have, and I think one of the live streams has said that they wanted to do horror in the daytime, and I think on that score they are kind of they're winning. That if that was their goal, then that thumbs up. You've done it. Yeah,
I like Nios.
Yeah,
I have we'll talk about it next week, but the theory I have is about why Nios looks the way it does. But yeah, we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
No,
You better come back next week to find out what Boots wants to say.
Tune in next week.
That is a tie-in to the next week's show. Yes, Boots will get. We'll do a little fanfare. We'll get Fornax.
You gotta
to sing
have a
Boots'
presentation.
song.
It'll end up. I'll have to tell
PowerPoint.
Fornax what my thing is, because it'll end up I can't come next week or something.
Oh my god.
Probably that's what happened last
You've
time.
got to set
as
up a
well.
PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, you can record it if you want, and I'll play it.
That's true.
This is past Boots talking in the present. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump over to some of the weapons, because I feel like that's really all that stuff's gonna be
Let's look
there.
at those trailers.
I'm interested because I've not seen the warrior stuff. Which one do you want to start with?
Gosh.
Please? Do you want to start
I'm
in
so
order?
excited.
with the first
I'm gonna go and grab a cup of tea.
one.
Be right back.
Let's start where it all began with Ranger. And Fornax is going.
And Fornax is gone.
Our Ranger main has left.
Should we wait for Ranger main to return? I don't mind.
I think Fornax maybe does not care, to be quite frank. I think
watch
Fornax
the
does
trailer.
not care about.
Oh, that's fine. All right. Well, do we read through it, or do we just go with the trailer? Well, let's go with the trailer first then.
Let's go with
We've already seen the
trailer. We can discuss kind of the skills that they previewed, like nice and simple, because we don't have too much.
Awesomeness. There's no words in here, so we can talk over the top of it. But
Yay.
Mace. Should I tell you what? When I first saw this, I was like, oh, cool. Actually, one, we're in the new area, and also two, who dressed this character? They look wicked. They look so good. The outfit is amazing, and like the mace is like fit it as well. It's just this like kind of ridiculous Silvari, right? But with the
Looks kind of like a trendy rock star.
Yeah.
I think it's
absolutely.
the Warden outfit.
Is it the Warden? I know really has
Believe
got it from
so.
our community. They wear that one a lot. Similar
they did the
animations to
thing-
different classes as well, but
Yeah, they did the thing that I was hoping they'd do. You don't actually pull out a drum, but you do bash the floor like you're playing the drums.
They do.
I love that animation. I think that animation is wicked.
I kind of want that ability. Just talking about a moment of buildcraft, I want each of those drum beats to be a blast finisher, so you could pair it with the Relic of Caracosa and then
Yeah,
just
that'd be great.
heal.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun. Multi blast
Blast
finishers.
finisher. Oof, on
But-
a weapon.
The way they talk
Multi-blasts.
about dual wield Mace Ranger is that the main hand is a support weapon, where it's about healing and bolstering your allies, and your offhand is your more defensive weapon. They say that they pair well together, or you can take the support main hand, pair it with a nice offhand like Warhorn, or use the offhand mace by itself as well if you want a more defensive option.
What did you use in main hand? Was it just sword? I can't remember. The blood?
I think
Normally?
for what?
What, like when you play support, when you play druid, like what do you play? You play staff?
You play
Warhorn,
staff, and then you probably go like axe Warhorn,
axe,
sword
right.
Warhorn.
So that makes sense, because that was like a missing, I think. Like otherwise, the sword was just kind of used. It was good to like, get the leap through, right? So this makes sense. Like this was a missing link, I guess, in the supportiveness. And they've got some text. They've got some bits and bobs down there as well. In the we've got some text which tells us exactly what they do. Does anyone want to read this specifically? We can, if you want. Do you want to do it?
Sure.
Oh,
Someone
yeah,
wanna
go
take
for
a
it,
little
Boots.
bit of a
Groove,
read?
you go ahead, Groove.
No.
No, please, Groove.
Well, we can each take one of them because they do
Okay,
show off
one word
two
at a time.
abilities. No, one paragraph at a time, Boots. Don't
All right.
get too. Okay, so we have 2 abilities that they show off. Mace skill 2 is called Flourish, which damages enemies and heals allies simultaneously. Your strike causes the ground beneath you to swell with energy, and after a delay, the ground will burst. The burst deals heavier damage and heals more than the initial strike. If you hit an enemy with the initial strike, you'll gain Nature's Strength, which is a unique buff that you'll build up, and then once you reach 6 stacks, it will transform you into a stronger, give you a bunch of buffs in terms of increased damage and increased healing.
And cooldown reduction as well.
And you get big.
Is that what it is? Oh no, that's Force of Nature. Okay.
It will reset. Oh yeah, you'll get 6. That's also another thing. It comes with a unique mechanic known as Nature Strength, which you build up, which then transforms into Force of Nature, where your mace skills will reset cooldowns and you just become a really big Force of Nature.
Isn't this like a mini elite spec in a weapon? Like, it feels like a mini elite spec in a weapon,
yeah.
right?
I do want to touch on that maybe once we get through the weapons and like their approach.
Okay, all right. Major, do you want to go through the mace skills, someone?
Sure. Here's a look at a couple of the Ranger mace skills.
Oh yeah.
Mace skill 2
I just
is
read
called. Oh, what did
Oh,
you?
was that
what
the
did
bit
you
you
read?
talked about? Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
I saw the Nature Strength bit above. I
Because you
was
look like
trying
you
to
went
find
backwards.
it.
Yeah. Did
My
you already
bad,
do
my
the
bad.
offhand mace as well?
No. I was gonna do one ability and then you were gonna do another
Okay,
ability.
I promise I was paying attention.
I'll do the final.
Oh, we might not have
paragraph.
figured this out before we
I'll
started
end the
reading.
final paragraph.
Reading
As
is
mentioned
hard.
above.
I'm just saying.
Okay, the offhand mace is a more defensive weapon that enhances survivability while also providing some crowd control. Thistleguard, mace skill 4, is a defensive skill that rewards careful timing in the thick of combat.
Ooh.
You cover yourself in bramble armor, gaining barrier and stability for a moment as thorns strike outwards. Hitting an enemy with these thorns will increase the defensive components of the skill while also granting you Nature Strength.
Ooh.
I'm done.
Lovely. Yeah.
Cool.
Support builds, like it looks like, tanky kind of. This is gonna be a nightmare in PvP, I can tell you. I'm already like, oh, don't know about this.
Possibly, but it does bring the question of, okay, so if you're only using one mace instead of both maces, will you be able to build enough Nature Strength to become a Force of Nature?
I imagine so.
Even if it was just offhand mace?
I mean, I think if the final auto attack builds Nature Strength, because you have to get to 6 stacks, I believe they said.
Yes, they said 6.
So I wouldn't mind if, you finish an auto attack, you gain a stack.
Okay.
And you
Maybe.
yeah.
What if you just have offhand mace?
Okay. Keep going. I'm just gonna be back in 2 seconds because my phone is currently ringing. You're good. And also
Welcome
maybe
back,
Crown Herald
Fornax.
Welcome back,
Thank you.
Fornax.
So we're currently talking about Ranger, which we know is your kind of you love your child. Your
I
big
can
class.
I do love the druid. I love playing my druid. I'm super. I love it because I think that every time they do this, it opens up new gameplay avenues for everybody, and it helps everybody. Especially for people like Boots and you, who love to do theory crafting with builds and things like that. And I am very much looking forward. I mean, not that I don't love your adventures. Your adventures are wonderful, but the bad builds, baby. We need bad builds. We do.
Yeah, it definitely releasing all the adventures one every 2 days is starting to show how people are getting a little tired of it, I think.
No.
I love what you love, Boots. I mean, honestly, you
Aw, that was so sweet.
when you said find the fun, or at some point it came up, I was like, that's such an amazing tagline. I wish I'd thought of it. No, but I was like, what an amazing tagline, because it's so true. You find the fun in aspects, and I always find them fun if you find them fun. So I love that you've been doing the adventure stuff. I love your bad builds too, though, for sure. So.
All right. Thank you.
Excellent. Should we pop over to the next one?
Well, Fornax, we did go over the 2 skills that they
Oh yeah, sorry, Fornax
shared with us.
Oh
How
God,
are
do you want me to
feeling?
meaningfully add something?
No,
I think it's great.
You look at.
I want to know, what were your initial reactions
gotta have a
to
reaction.
the
This is
blog
your
post
part.
or the trailer?
My
You
initial
like the bear?
reactions are always, he is a lovely teddy bear, and I would snuggie with him definitely. He looks like a snuggle puppy to me. Here's the thing. I'm super happy that they've made videos. They've actually they're showing off the things that they're doing and they're pumping it out to the world. I'm very happy about that. What would this bitch like? I would like them to do Twitch. I would like them to get on there and do and interact with the community and just make a big show and song and dance about all this, because they do fantastic work. They have a fantastic community who loves and adores them, and I just wish that there was less blog. No, okay. In addition to blog posts, more live media, please.
Yeah. I understand they are going to do that on November 27th.
Yeah.
They're going to go through all of them and in much more detail right before the December 28th or November 28th play testing that we get to do. But you just want it more often all the time.
All the damn time.
Yeah.
Bang your drum. I mean, here's the thing, right?
Like the Ranger does to the Mace.
Sure, if you say so. As a content creator, you think that you're being repetitive. So I'll say something, and I don't want to say it again. I don't want to bore people. But in the real world, you have to just bang on about the same thing if you want people to actually pay attention and listen. And you don't know who's listening and who isn't. And I think that they just need to bang their drum. But of course, things are changing behind the scenes, and they're taking control of their destiny now in their own hands, which is a wonderful thing. And we've just got to see where they run with it. But I'm very happy that their media strategy is evolving, and they're pushing out more information to the community. So it's thumbs up from me.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this so many times on the podcast, right? But it constantly stands, and I agree with you in that, the blog posts are so great, and the little teaser videos, great too. But I mean, you could just have a whole live stream event. You could do a whole thing where you show all of these, and you get really hyped, and there's cool tidbits about each of them, and you could absolutely do that, as opposed to it being okay, here's a trickle of a blog post, here's a little trailer. Now we're gonna do a live stream a little bit later, maybe, but we'll probably just sort of generally talk about, I don't know, whatever more technical side kind of things, as opposed to it being a big selling you on it kind of event. So I can definitely feel that. These blog posts, I think, are super cool to see them roll out, but I definitely had the thought myself too, where when I was watching them, I was like, oh, they're gonna reveal all of them in blog posts. So of course they are, because they've revealed every other thing about the entire expansion through blog posts, and I don't know what I was expecting.
Most people do obviously have something else going on. I mean, at least they did do a video, and they did throw it out on Twitter and stuff. So I'm at least they did do a video. They normally do always do a video if there's new weapons or release specs as well. So it's kind of just expected. But would have been nice. So I tell you what I do. I was thinking before this podcast. I was in the bath, and that's where I think. Right, that's where I have my best thoughts.
That's where you stink too.
And remember, kids, it's November.
Oh my gosh!
Wow, thank you very much. Oh my god.
There's no science to support it, by the way. So beat your bacon if you want to. Anyway, carry on.
Bacon.
I don't know. I'm a vegetarian. Whatever you do, whatever it is that you do.
Bacon is like a sliver of what the hell? Anyway,
it's good for your brain. Carry on. Sorry.
I don't know what I was going to talk about. I'm just done.
Good job, Fortnite. Good job.
No. I was thinking, basically, I was we just had the patch release, right? We've got everyone's in the game playing it. They're hyped about the game. I was in two minds. I was like, cool. This is a good thing to throw out. And then they had another one the next day. And then they had another one today. And I'm just
another one.
And yeah, that's exactly what I said. And in the style of the music. And I was just they could have put this next week. We don't get a lot. And then there's the kind of a lot now this week. And I was just maybe space it out. I mean, maybe there's a lot coming in the future. Do you know what I mean? Though it was just kind of like
feast or famine is your complaint. You would rather have like constant flow of hype to just keep the game in people's consciousness.
Like this, like it just came out. Even if you delayed it a week, like everyone's like already hype about the expansion. I just feel like there was a little bit of like a delivery, but like I could be wrong because they don't.
Well, I think so. The issue I think is that in order to get them all out before November 27th, which is when they're doing the live stream, and if they're only doing it releasing things on weekdays rather than weekends when they actually work, then they have to do it every day, and then they'll still have about a week before it starts. But because there's 9 weapons, if they do it every second day, for example, they would not do them all in time for November 27th.
Technically, it could have started on the 13th, and that would have been fine.
Technically, probably.
It would have actually ended on the 23rd, which would have only been about 4 days before the live stream. But I'm hungry for this information, and it was like a major quote-unquote expansion feature, and it's something I wanted to know since it was even revealed. So the earlier the better for me. I'm like, I love that, and I actually appreciate that it's every day, probably every working day, and it's going to be something where you're always tuning back in to see what is going to be the next profession. So I actually really like this. And after the ranger came the thief.
That's right.
That's right, Chris.
Shall we read the thief?
I'm just wondering
That's
about
right.
what you're thinking in terms of, reading for this one. What do you boots feel like? Do you feel like turns but on different parts? Do you want to read?
Yeah.
I always want to do one word each, and I don't know
One
why.
word.
Oh.
Can I join in with the one word? Oh, you get to try for one sentence.
Well, we can just talk about like what they designed for the weapon. It's like the 3 middle paragraphs below the
Okay, let's do
the video.
that.
Yeah, do that one. That sounds good. In the voice of Carl Cohen.
The
boots, axe,
is
a
range,
damage,
dealing.
weapon.
You're taking. Oh, you know what the problem is with this actually?
You messed it
There's
up.
delay.
Yeah, that's the problem.
There's a delay. So,
And
yeah.
I'll just take the first paragraph. We tried it. We'll workshop it later.
That is literally like trying to teach a 2-year-old to read, like, or whatever age it is.
The thief axe. The axe is a ranged damage-dealing weapon that can be utilized by both power and condition builds, depending on the offhand weapon. The core gameplay revolves around throwing axes that linger for a period of time, during which they can be redirected by the dual-wield skill to strike enemies again. Let's take a look at a few skills to demonstrate this.
Wait, someone had this. Was it me? No. Someone had this, like, into the
Someone
ground.
did talk about throwing. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that was another idea. Because, like, axes, we have a lot of melee axes, and only one profession that throws them.
I need to check my thing.
I don't think it was me that had this though, because I think I was.
It's not me.
I think I made it.
Although they didn't talk about the ambush/stealth skill in this, so.
Okay, go with skill 2. This skill 2 sounds like the axes from Ranger.
Indeed. Skill 2 is
poison.
Venomous Volley, which throws out a fan of 3 poisonous axes. Once these axes reach their final destination, they'll remain spinning in that location, but won't deal additional damage while stationary. Up to 6 spinning axes could be active at once.
Interesting.
So they're just there, just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, what is the how?
What's the point?
I'm just like
They're
how?
just sitting there.
Why? Like,
What
they're
is the how?
They're just chilling. They're like sitting, talking to their other axe friends, and they're like, "Hey, we're just gonna hang out here and gather again in a bit to do some damage."
Magic axes.
Definitely modified gravity confirmed. Yeah, modified.
Shadow magic.
Definitely believe that there will be a bug when this comes out, and there will be a map full of axes.
I'm not sure about this ability, but
And it leads to the dual wield skill. And they do say that the dual wield will augment these stationary axes depending on your offhand, but the dual wield skill with offhand dagger is Harrowing Storm. The thief teleports to a targeted enemy and recalls all spinning axes back to themselves, augmenting the axes to also inflict torment. The returning axes maintain their original properties. So in this example, the returning axes that were created by Venomous Volley will inflict both torment and poison. For maximum value, build up more axes before recalling them. As an enemy struck by 5 returning axes will also be immobilized for a short duration. That's a lot.
Yeah. It's
That's a lot.
It's a fun interaction though. I like what they're going for with this. Just like the amount of axes that you hit with determine different effects. But yeah, it is a little complicated.
And they say 5 axes.
Yeah, so you don't have to hit with all 6.
Okay.
They're
But I'm
trying to
thinking,
make
like,
up for-
does your auto attack leave a stationary axe?
No. I don't
So
think
I'm guessing yes, because they say
sure?
the returning axes maintain the original properties. So in this example, the returning axes that were
Because
created by
venomous volley.
Venomous volley.
I mean, the
But
video,
I don't know if
do that.
yeah.
Don't do that in the
Okay, then
video,
maybe
though.
they don't. Maybe there's other ways to create the venomous axes though. Maybe your burst, maybe your stealth skill or something. Or
No, I think the stealth skill was shown. It was that exploding axe.
so is venomous volley the only thing that?
No,
creates
I
these?
think it is the auto attack.
Oh,
Because
one did fly
yeah.
through just then. Okay.
There you go.
Maybe.
I think it is. I think, which is very interesting.
Why?
I'm
Why
gonna
do
be
you say that?
honest. I'm gonna be honest. Thief did not eat for me.
No,
it did not.
same.
It did not serve. It did not really deliver.
It doesn't scream thief to me. That's
It
the
feels.
thing.
It feels a little, and just visually, I also want to note that they said that in this beta, there's going to be placeholder art, UI, sound effects. So temper that expectation for maybe what was
How
shown.
long do they stay there?
We don't know.
7 hours.
We don't
probably,
know.
yeah.
No, but that's a very, very important question.
It
because,
is, it is.
Are you going to be able to swap weapon sets, not have your axe equipped anymore, go back to your axe, and then call the axes back?
That's a good point.
I also think it's weird that they just sit there doing nothing.
I think
Yeah.
that's
they're
weird.
they're just
Yeah.
spinning.
Well,
they
I
should be
do-
stuck in the
I like-
ground.
I
Yes,
like the
I think they
theatrical
should be as well.
maybe, but I do like the theatrics of those spinning axes being there and very visual. Although, if there's too many of these thieves in
That's what I'm
World versus
saying.
World, that's going to be hell.
But they don't do anything. Like, they're
even just
spinning.
even just 2 of these guys, if they're using the same weapons, the skin, it's gonna
12
get very
spinning axes.
It's going to be very confusing whose axes are whose, which ones you have to dodge at what moments. But I do like the theatrics of it in that it does it's like what's that? Something's blade. What's the? You know what I'm talking about?
No, we do not know what you're
don't.
talking about.
What's something
Canaxide?
blade?
Like what?
No. The sword of Damocles. The sword is like the sword. The axes are like the swords of Damocles hanging out there for people to be worried about all the time when they're gonna.
Oh.
Yeah, but those swords,
You know?
these axes don't do anything, do they? They don't even do damage
Until you call them back.
until they call them back.
So they're there. You're not worried about them, but should you be worried about them? Because maybe at some point they're gonna come at you.
I don't know. I'm not like I'm not a thief main either, so like I don't really care. But like,
I do,
sorry.
you're right, though, Jebro. I do wonder how this is gonna change up and or not work well with a usual thief playstyle.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad I'm not a thief main. That's all I'm gonna say. That's just like.
And
Do they go invisible when you go invisible?
these are questions that we will
Wow,
have to
Boots,
find
you have
out
so
during
many
the beta
questions.
test.
Yes,
These are important questions.
They are important questions.
But this is
Oh,
I was going to say, oh, hey, Rava. That's what I was going to say. Hey, Rav. How you doing, Han? Nice to see you in the chat. Sorry.
I love it when the Crown Herald randomly shouts out their friends in the chat when they just randomly
I'll just say
talking.
hi to my friend. Hey, Enlin. I saw you down there before. Can I put my contribution to this conversation? Is
Yes.
if you like those weapons, they're from Gael Dalv.
yes.
The end.
Excellent.
Okay, carry on. We can carry on talking now. I'm fine.
You're a wonderful human. You are. Have I ever told you that before?
I have tea. I have tea, so I'm just happy to be here and involved. I
I'm
do.
so glad you
yeah.
have tea.
I think I'll bring this up now because it
Oh.
ties into ranger weapons and what they're doing with a thief weapon.
Right, yeah.
Where I feel like they are trying to approach these weapons as if they're like elite spec mechanics, where
Absolutely.
it's almost like they saw what they did with the Ellie hammer with like the orbs and how everything kind of revolved around that
Yeah.
mechanic, where I don't know if it works in every situation and it feels
Too much.
I would much rather have a weapon that gives you abilities to answer your role that you're playing rather than this is a mini game that you're playing in a way.
You think so?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see
Yeah.
what you're saying, but I feel like that's what an elite spec is. Yeah, I guess weapons, you just want them to be a little more simple.
Not necessarily, but like, they can be. They can have complicated things to them.
I don't
think that's
need. I think when you're adding everything, because also this will be paired with the existing elite specs that we have and all of the other complications that professions have. I think it's a tight line to kind of walk on, because if you do it well, it'll feel really great. But if you don't, no one's going to use that weapon.
Yeah, that's fair. And then they'd have to balance it or make it
and just rework it. And like completely strip it down.
Do you think this is because do you think part of them is like, we have to really create something that maybe over the top is not the best phrase I want to use, but that's kind of what I mean. Like, so they feel like they are giving people something that's comparative to an elite spec, like putting so much into these weapons that, because the Ranger one is like a mini elite spec. Like, you've got this strength of nature and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, that feels like really big. Whereas the Thief one is like, it's kind of got like a newish mechanic like thing.
You change how you're dealing with the axes based off your dual ability. So you have to put yourself in that mindset.
I've not seen the Warrior one because I was prepping for the
I don't know.
Warrior is not that.
Warrior doesn't have any of that kind of stuff going on.
Okay.
Which I kind of like.
Just like Warrior is. It's I would say I kind of like them trying to do something like this. Maybe they're shooting for the sky and they're not going to quite get the results they want the first time around, but I like that they're trying. And I think that I don't know if it's because of in the case like Thief was lacking some like ranged AoE-ish kind of stuff.
Sure.
Or at least and so I could see that this will fill that role, but wouldn't it just be boring to have 3 skills that are just ranged AoE if it wasn't something interesting like this?
Don't know. Just depends how it works with the rest of the builds you have and specs, I guess. It just depends. Like, look, you think about how much the weapons from other elite specs changed things for you when you're playing. Like, for me as as an engineer, I play Holosmith with hammer. I really did not like Holosmith whatsoever. Like, the look of it was something where I was like, I love the look, like I love the kind of the holograms and stuff. It's very engineering, but for me it's just DPS. It was just a bit dull. Now I've got the hammer in there as well. I can pop out like vulnerability. I've got some CC. I've got some blast as well. I've got the rocket charge is really, really, really great when it's working. Please fix it. And I've got my whirl as well, where I can chuck out projectiles that come in, and I can't remember the word now. What the hell? Reflect. And it was just it added a lot for me. And they're not like ridiculous skills. Like they're just like hammer skills, right? So like
I think in my opinion, the issue here is though when they go to approach making these weapons, I'm sure what they had in their mind is that, okay, so we got to do something that works for the class, something they probably need, right? That's step 1. Step 2 is they don't want to make something that is just more powerful than everything else, because they can't do that. It has to be newish and unique. So they had to make something that's unique for the class to begin with, but also something that is in some way unique from all the other weapons in the game, because otherwise, there's going to be a ton of people that are just be like, oh, this is just Guardian axe. This is just this axe. This is just, and so they have that to worry about as they're designing these things. So I think making an interesting thing like this, even though it might be a little too complicated for some people, is a good idea.
I think there was a lot of concern in the community over the loss of elite specializations, and a feeling that these weapon swappy things with additional untethery things were going to be a bit underwhelming. So maybe they're just trying to do a bit of compensation.
I think that's what they're doing. Yeah.
Also, that hammer on the ground thing, that would be cool if they could make that into some sort of an emote. That would be awesome, by the way.
I love that animation. I really enjoy that animation. Absolutely agree. I think it's very unique and very fun.
Those tassel boots are very distracting. It's so 70s. It's kind of sucks you into the screen. They're so wild.
Yeah, whoever made that wardrobe, good job. Love it.
I mean, it's a good, I think, point to bring up that they, of course, were dealing with the fact that this was going to be the first expansion in Guild Wars 2's history that did not deliver elite specializations. And I'm sure a lot of that pressure, like, everybody was saying, was felt. And so, of course, it's exciting to open up weapons and like have new weapons in ways that couldn't be used before on certain classes. So I'm sure that they were just trying to add that extra oomph, like everybody has said, something just a little bit more to make it feel like, oh yeah, this is cool that we got this. And I will say that it's so tough because we had a conversation kind of similar to this when it came to Catalyst and the hammer specific abilities for it.
Oh yeah.
Where I actually loved that there were those kinds of like specific mechanical abilities affiliated with the weapon, because to me it made using that weapon on that elite specialization feel distinctive and cool and like a really interesting dynamic thing that like, you use it in this really specific way. And of course that also kind of came up with like Bladesworn and like the fact that, you really only have that like, the sword bursts that you're doing and stuff, right? Like, and that it's not as though you can customize that and be like, oh, but what if I want to, instead of the katana gun sword thing that I have, what if I want to have a bow or something? And I think that is where we see some of the contradiction of like wanting to be able to have things feel really unique, have things feel almost bespoke for like certain unique playstyles, flair, weaponry, but not wanting it to be shoehorning players into a specific playstyle only. I think that they kind of have to do a mix, like, and so I'm okay with having some that are perhaps a little bit more like that or have those unique mechanics, because to me it makes those weapons more distinctive. But of course you never want it to be something where it's like, well, that's really the only way that you can play that weapon or that style or that elite spec or that. So I like to see them experimenting more with it and trying to give like even weapons that you can just kind of bring in and switch around a little bit more unique flair to them. But I can also understand some of the concerns, I guess, as to why players might be a little bit worried about really unique mechanics for specific weapon setups.
If it gives it so much power that it's just like, this weapon is really good because it gives you this extra strength or this extra stuff just built into it, then it's like, well, why would you run the other stuff? And I know that, different roles.
So the way it looks, though, is it looks like this is getting... it's supposed to be balanced anyway, in a way that it'll be as powerful or maybe slightly less powerful than other weapons if you're not doing its mechanics properly, and if you're doing its mechanic properly, it'll be more powerful than other weapons. So that's my understanding. So there's it's putting like a skill based. It makes it even more skill based than just pressing buttons. So I kind of like that.
Let's go on to Warrior. Have a look, because this looks really cool. This is meant to be staff supporty. Do you want to go and just the jumping into help bit, or do you want? Because the first bit just talks about how it's just a frontline support weapon, right?
Warrior's been my favorite so far.
Yeah. Okay, good.
From the trailer perspective and from what they said.
Doesn't it have a skill that is like what we wanted for skill 2?
It has a skill that what we wanted for skill 2, and literally my idea for the skill 4 of like you block things, and then the more you block, the more support you do.
Yeah, very good.
Hey, I had that leap. I had the leap.
I think we all had a leap.
We all had the leap. I think it's it's closest to your leap proof though, because it does not have a water field attached to it, it seems.
No, I do not think that it's going to come with a water field.
Mine was just a slam. But what does the slam do? We have to wait.
We will find out.
I need to go and check my abilities.
Shall we read the two abilities?
Jumping onto the thing. Yeah.
Jumping into help. One of the key goals for staff skills was granting warriors the ability to charge to the front lines of battle to empower and support their allies. And for that, we have the slot 2 skill, Valiant Leap. Valiant Leap causes the warrior to leap to the target location, healing and granting offensive boons to nearby allies upon arrival.
As a frontline support, we also wanted to staff warriors to bring some personal survivability to the table, which is found in slot 5 with Bullet Catcher. Bullet Catcher starts off as a channeled block skill, but also grants access to a secondary skill, Defiant Roar. Defiant Roar heals nearby allies, with the amount increasing for each attack blocked by Bullet Catcher, up to a reasonable amount, of course.
Nice. That's cool.
That was the Herald knocking. They would like their class back, please.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
But
What do
for
you
the
think, Lois?
video, I actually love that leap that they do, and it kind of emanates a
That's the
kind of more
aliens, like the
unique.
boons.
It feels visually from the trailers. This one feels the most visually unique in terms of the effects that they have so far. And I hope for the other professions that were shown, it's a little bit more updated, a little bit more modern. But I love the way that they are going about Staff Warrior. Having that martial element, I think, is important. That leap with that visual effect definitely reads Warrior. And then there's a moment where they kind of charge, and there's like a big wind gust behind them that looks really impactful. It's
And I
bringing a
like
lot of
that it is-
strength.
So it's actually a combination. I'm looking back at our old things. It's a combination, the leap between yours and mine, in that it doesn't have the water field like yours, but it's a
mean
leap
like
to target
yours?
location rather than leap to your enemy.
Wait, what
Oh,
about
that's
my
true.
one?
That's true.
Nothing like mine.
Yours, I don't know if you had that.
You didn't even look. Wow. Didn't even look.
What was
and
your
it could
leap,
be
Jebro?
bang
What was your
on.
leap?
It could be bang on and didn't
back,
even
go
look.
back.
I love it. I love it. Boosters doesn't care about my input.
Oh wait, here you. Is that you? Oh yeah, yours. No, that's not you. Where's yours?
Mine
I don't
wasn't
think you put
Google
yours in
Doc.
the. You didn't put yours.
It was in a
chat.
Oh
Google
no,
Doc.
oh that's okay. I forgive you then. I'll have to go look. I think this is. I think the Warrior is just like. I love these animations, man. Like these are very, very. I know they're like recycled, a lot of them, but there's just some of the.
Oh,
I don't
so
know.
yours was. You didn't have any leaps on yours, but you did. So your skill 2 was last quarter. Strike your foe at range with a powerful attack.
Oh, okay, fair enough. There was no leap.
But
there was no blast or anything.
There's no leap,
I
but
thought
it
it was like a
it,
thing.
it got stronger if you finished your auto attack combo.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Damn it. Oh well. I was sure I had. I love
So
that
close.
look. So close here so far. I really enjoy. This is just wicked.
That
This is
initial leap.
so cool. Sorry, go on.
It's gonna be great to leap from place to place wherever. I hope it's on a 6-second cooldown. Honestly, I hope you could go like, I'm going to my friends over here. I'm going to the back.
Like a pinball.
Mhm.
Just be like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I
with it
like
being
it.
that kind of like, up close, like close combat sort of support. I mean, having more mobility to be able to actually get around would make sense. And
Exactly.
I'm so happy that they get this, and I love that they're bringing it in
Cool.
with staff, but then like using it in this kind of martial way for them, but then also adding these support capabilities in and talking about like the healing and stuff. I think it's super cool. It actually has me very interested in Warrior, and I don't know if I have been that interested in Warrior in the past. Mine is like a few of the elite spec things or stuff like that. So
when there's a support class coming and like a sort of an idea that there's going to be a viable support, I think that's when I get a little bit more like, oh, I'd like to try that, because I think because that's the reason why I played Druid. That's the reason why I played a lot of Guardian as well, and that's why I played obviously Engineer. But like if I play any class, like I play Tempest in PvP sometimes, but I don't play any other elementalist spec. Because I think Tempest is really fun as a healer as well. So it's just normally those healings. So this is fun. This looks good.
I don't. So they didn't show. I think they're only showing 2 skills in this, right?
Yeah.
And
I
because
think
of
so.
that, there is no
I
water.
think so.
They're showing maybe 3.
I think it's
What's
the
the well
2 different
thing?
versions of the 5th one.
What's the
There's a
well thing?
leap. There's that whirl
Whoa.
thing, which is
There's the
interesting.
auto
It's
attack.
not
Oh,
the
there's
auto
4.
attack.
There's
Oh,
4
the
in
world-
there.
And a
It's
block.
4. But then there's
you're
this
right,
one where
Josh,
they
you're
raise
smart.
up and there's like a brief like
That's one of
healing
the 4,
wave
I
around
think.
them.
All right, let's
And then there's
count.
one where they rush in. We're counting the
All right, the
abilities that
leap.
they're
Right,
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
I've just stopped them after
Okay,
the
let's
leap.
look at
One.
Leap's 1.
That's leap. Okay.
The spinny thing. That's not. I don't think
Spinny
that's,
thing is 2.
I think
That's probably
spinny
not the
thing is-
auto
That's
attack.
the auto. I
Yeah.
saw the auto attack.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's the auto. No, and then we've got The leap backwards. Wait, is that
Is
just
there
a dodge?
also like a projectile AoE or the projectile coming back at
Okay,
them?
so that looks like a
That one's free.
a skill that looks like skill 4 or 3. It's a flip over skill. It's you go back and you could go back in. You
I think that
dodge
was
backwards and you
that was
go
just a
back in.
dodge though, or was it bigger than a dodge?
Maybe it was just a dodge.
I think it was just a dodge roll. Yeah, because I thought it
It's
might
so
be.
weird that why would they show a dodge
Yeah, it's
roll
just a
in this,
normal
though?
dodge. It's just
Just
a
for
normal dodge roll.
mobility, just for like Marshall, you know.
Wait, but
Okay.
Well,
but
it's the
that's
But I
rush,
love that.
right? So you can see the rush.
rush.
That's for the
There's
next
the rush.
ability. So that's number 3. So
It's
then
the
dodge
same reason
back,
that they've dressed him like he's
3,
just come from a sex dungeon
4,
because it's interesting to
5.
watch.
Yeah, they've shown all 5. They've shown all 5 in that.
Oh.
Then I'm disappointed that it doesn't.
So-
It appears there is no water field on this, and that actually makes me pretty disappointed.
I'm so ready for this kinky,
This kinky warrior.
beat 'em up, support BDSM warrior.
Wait,
Getting.
are you literally doing that because of the helmet? Unload the chest piece. Is this where we're getting it from?
It's the entire
Absolutely.
It's the whole thing.
mean-
It's the skin tight leather pants, the leather straps across the
The
chest.
no shirt, the masked.
mean, honestly, I'm just sad that they're not leather chaps and they're just leather pants. I mean, come on.
Give us the
Missed
chaps, man.
opportunity.
I mean,
But we
I like.
also
Yeah.
have the F1 burst skill,
Christ,
which
you
they
lot are
might not have
thirsty
shown.
today. Bloody hell.
I really love. No, can I just say that, Kurf, I'm so sorry. We've interrupted
It's okay.
you.
It's
We've interrupted
okay.
you. I
Keep
can
going.
tell. But I just wanted to share some love for Fornax really fast because Fornax and I are over here. Like, you're all doing your amazing, like, meta building of classes. You're like, oh, is that the 3rd skill? Is that the 4th skill? And Fornax and I are like, that's a BDSM, man.
Yeah.
BDSM daddy over here just wailing at an earth
That's a
elemental.
leather daddy right there.
You know
I
what? That
love
earth
it so
elemental
much.
might be rock hard, but
Might be what?
you know what? There are 2 things that are rock hard in this picture,
Oh,
and
okay,
it
you
is the
did
earth
say that.
elemental and that warrior.
I'm so
I
sorry.
mean,
that
3
Kurf,
if you
please.
count his nipples, both of them. So
That is true.
3 and 4.
This is where
if we
they
count
come
them
to do it,
individually.
everyone.
Thank you,
This is
thank
where they
you.
come to be to do it.
That's
This,
stuck
okay,
stuck
this is where
between
they
a
come.
rock elemental and a hard body.
Is that your staff, or are you just happy?
Just happy to see me.
Good lord.
I'm so sorry, Kurt. Please continue talking about good.
No,
number stuff.
this has absolutely eclipsed whatever I was gonna say. I much rather. I didn't even realize how he's a little hunky.
mm,
Is that all your
sorry.
info, crying, Darren? I'm Fodex, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised.
I need to
honestly.
support
like
my
clothes that's
allies while
good.
being nude now. That's the real support. BDSM support.
The only nudeness you can do is like no shoes.
honestly, with that leather harness, people, if you're going to wear a leather harness on Flesh, please make sure you protect your nipples. He needs some nipple guards. But beyond that, that is my
It is
entire critique of the
interesting,
build.
but isn't it only
It
one
requires
nipple?
on your
nipple guards.
nipples. Put your sunscreen
Just
on
the-
the nipples.
Is it just
Yeah.
one nipple? Let me just
You know,
check.
we always thought that the maintenance oils were so that you could like oil your weapon, but actually they were just so you could.
Good
Sure.
grief.
Maintenance oil. Ruck. Ruck.
I will see
Oh, dear.
myself out. Thank you for having me on the
goodness.
LightBringers
It's
podcast.
This podcast is rated S for safe, sane, and consensual. Reader says yes. I do need to put that disclaimer. Probably in the
I'm happy that
YouTube
they chose
description.
this transmog for the staff, though. I think it works
I was
really
gonna
well.
get to that point. That was my point, and you
Oh.
just you went through. I was about to get
No,
there.
great minds think alike.
It's fine, but like exactly. Like I was like the same. I was like, it looks like an axe, and the way that it plays, it feels like very much that two-handed axe like style, but also mixed with a staff like as well. So it was very cool, very awesome. Wait, where are they? So I'd say what that's something I noticed as well. I was like, the first weapon proficiency we see was in like Amnitus, then the second one was in Camphor, and then I was like, oh, is the third one going to be like in that expansion going backwards? But this is just actually
It's Grothmar.
this is Grothmar,
It's
isn't it?
Grothmar.
Oh,
Actually, we are kind of going
okay,
back.
so we are kind of going back. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's cool.
weird.
Yeah, I just noticed that the other day. I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. So the next one would be where? What, Path of Fire?
Season 4.
Oh, season
Maybe.
4.
I actually think they're going for a Sparta type of 100 vibe with this, with the helmet and the leathers
That's
and that kind
fair.
of hyper like testosterone soaked action, which is fine. It's cool.
What's the shoulder piece on that anyway? Is that the
I think
dwarf
it's-
one?
It's the dwarf one from season 4.
Oh, there we go. Bang. It's the dwarf shoulder piece.
Or
Boom.
no, Icebrood Saga.
Oh.
It was the it was that thing that was a strike mission but not a strike mission.
Okay, not dwarf then.
When you're
your
the char.
dwarf sexual is showing again.
It's not
But
dwarf.
no,
creature.
it does have no. It is dwarves though. It's
Oh,
just
it's
from
dwarves.
it's from
Oh.
Icebrood Saga, I think.
Appreciates dwarfs. It's okay. I know. I said dwarfs and clapped my hand, and she like jumped out and looked excited. I was like, yeah, we like the dwarfs. I need a dwarf outfit for you. I'm talking to my cat. It's the podcast.
I would just like to point out that people keep on talking about the outfits and the boots in the outfits on in chat, and every time I see, I'm like, are they talking about? Is it me?
Well,
What are they saying about?
They are
me
talking
again?
about you.
this is the price you paid when you picked your name online.
Yeah,
I know.
anytime someone says
Everybody
boots,
misspells it though.
like people,
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's
At
just
least
me.
your name isn't the name of an alien sex comic. Yeah.
Fornax
Fornax
is an
is
alien
Fornax?
sex comic.
Yeah,
From-
that makes sense. That makes sense.
No, it's from
Fornaxication?
Shepherd. It's from the space
Oh,
thing.
Mass Effect.
Mass
Mass
Effect.
Effect.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I
People tell me-
feel like you're lying
tell me
about
all
that,
the
and that was very
time.
intentional,
No.
honestly.
Please Google.
I'm not gonna
Please
lie.
Google Fornax and you will see. One, it's a constellation. It's furnace in Latin, but it is literally
It is.
an alien sex magazine in Mass Effect.
Fornex is
Yeah.
a magazine of human publication featuring acts of xenophilia.
It
Told
costs
you.
5 credits an issue. I mean, is that
Yep.
cheap? I don't know.
There you go. Interspecies porn mag. Yes, exactly. Thank you. That's very succinct. Yes.
I mean, isn't that basically what we have in a certain way with Snargle Goldclaw?
Yeah.
It's true.
Good lord. Okay, I don't really know what to say next, so I think we should just end.
We can.
I'm really not. I don't know what to do anymore.
We did a really good
Lightbringers,
job
we're
today.
just finishing now. Yeah.
We are
I
going to
think we
finish.
did a
probably.
great job, and we're all really talented at speaking and talking.
Next
And
week we'll talk.
I would rather.
I'd actually not rather do this with anyone else.
I would rather do this with anyone else. Is that what you were gonna
Wow.
I
say?
wish that I could do this with any other human being.
literally-
I forgot that.
Funnily enough, next week I'm just going to bring on completely different people because I don't know what to do anymore.
forgot the knot.
Uh,
Forgot the knot.
Jesus Christ.
I love you all so much.
You all need to go and do something.
Speaking of love, Rook, I like your glasses.
Thanks, Fred.
They are really stylish.
I like
Very good.
your glasses.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Jebro's glasses are fine.
Jebro's glasses are big and they look like a TV, and I'd watch that TV all day.
You're my favorite television show,
Aw,
Jebro.
thank you, Criff. I have many. I need some more glasses.
Well, shit. Should I get some? Goddamn.
Oh,
oh my God,
I like
Felix
your
has got
glasses.
All
And
right.
you've got a smile on your face this week. Oh, there you go.
I've brought out the crap sunglasses.
Oh man, crap was incredible. I cherish those memories we made for Halloween. We have a
Gang,
I'm so
gang.
sorry. We have a side group. We have a group called the Crap
Yeah,
Crew.
we have a paranormal investigation crew that I am the co-founder of. So
Amazing. Excellent.
Very nice. Very nice.
We were
I started it. I started it when I was 5 years old. I had a lonely childhood.
This was
I
the
was-
real lore that Croof established.
I was
You-
going into houses, old ass houses with asbestos. We have yet to see how that has had an effect on my body long term,
Oh,
but
no,
we
we-
will find out.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure it's fine.
It'll be good.
To translate, we finally played Phasmophobia together.
We
Is
I
what happened.
saw,
Nice.
yes.
Was it fun?
It was great.
It was so fun. I had a really good time actually.
Okay,
All right.
we're
excellent.
wearing
I'm
glasses.
glad.
I
I
think
will
we're
go back
already-
and watch it. It was funny. I didn't get to see all of it because I was working, but I did pop my head in.
I saw.
I did say
Thanks
hello.
for coming by.
Yeah, it's good. I love watching my
Oh,
friends.
y'all can see the
hanging out,
reflection of my
doing
monitors in these. Wow.
things. Yeah, your monitor.
Oh,
yeah,
your
I can-
password is.
Don't look at my search history.
Why are you looking at warrior porn in Guild Wars 2?
Damn, Fornax is, me searching up Fornax Mass Effect is gonna be a whole weird. They're gonna get. Oh no.
Sorry, darling. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. I'll take it.
Okay, everyone, let's move on to this week. We're going to talk about next week. We're going to talk about story, but only if Boots isn't here. So
Wow.
Oh,
we'll also talk about some convergences, maybe, and probably 3 more weapons. One hand free.
Probably by then.
Actually,
Probably
5.
more than that. Yeah.
Well, I guess they'll just release all of the rest of them. Maybe.
Well, except for one.
Yeah, there's gonna be
Ooh,
one
we shall
missing on
see.
Monday.
I will try. I will definitely try. I will stream on the weekend and get the story done. That's gonna be a good reason to do it. Otherwise, in the LightBringers, does everyone want to quickly do a very, very quick cheeky outro? We've got lots more to talk about the update. I know we didn't talk about a lot today, but there was a lot of news this week, and we've got lots to talk about. We talked about convergences. We've got loads of bits and bobs to come. We've got the next update. Well, loads of stuff. We've got Fornax's thoughts on the short story length, which, you know, that could be an episode probably.
It's not about
A
the
very
lens.
short episode.
Oh my god, the face is a spoiler for Fornax's thoughts for next week, and potentially other people's. I don't know yet. Rookery, tell us what you do with it. Flip.
Yeah, hi, I'm Rook or Rookery. You can find me on Rookery. That's ROOKURI.
We can find you on a Rookery.
Yes, I have a Rookery. Yeah, actually, when you're part of the community, you just like get transported there through like a Rift device. Yeah, and then you just hang out and we vibe and we do like bird stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Only bad stuff. Nice.
But you can find me on Twitch at Rookery. You can find me on YouTube at Rookery, and you can find me on Twitter at Rookery_. Next week, depending on when you're hearing this, I will be casting with Dungeon Dojo, the world first race in World of Warcraft. So
Saw that.
that's going to be a lot of fun. Some really wonderful folks over there, and from what I've heard, an incredible raid that I can't wait to see what they're bringing to the table with all of that and the designs and these bosses. So it'll be really fun to get to commentate with the community there. And yeah, I mean, my gosh, the holidays are coming up on us, so everybody just like take care of yourselves. Do as much as you do for yourself as you do for others this season. Take time for yourself and rest up. And yeah. Oh, Boots.
Yeah.
What kind of soup did you make?
A chicken broth.
Ooh, yum.
So
Just
it's just
broth?
like a chicken broth.
Yeah, I just brought. Well,
You just made chicken
my
broth?
wife's got a cold, so I.
Wait, you
I
needed
made
to pay that much
Oh.
attention.
scratch chicken broth.
Did you throw
yeah.
salt over your shoulder?
Did I what?
Throw salt over your shoulder.
Right.
I would just put salt.
Isn't
in.
that only?
Fun.
Isn't it only if you like drop the salt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
You should not throw salt over your shoulder every time you cook, Jebro.
I mean, into the thing for fun.
Oh,
Oh.
I see. Like cool. Oh, I.
Do you
Yeah,
ever
I
do that?
totally did that.
You don't do things
That's
like that when you're
very
cooking?
sweet. That's very sweet, though. I hope your wife feels better soon.
That is fun. I should try it with a ladle, like a trebuchet.
That's what I do. I do that with stuff.
Yeah, might get a little salty, but I'll just add a lot of water.
Hey,
It's
I just
fine.
like to make life like just generally more exciting and risky by doing things.
You know,
that
I'm
are
trying to give
silly.
myself hypertension.
What are you doing right now? Like, you okay?
Is that Vapor Rub?
It's Vicks Vapor Rub.
That you okay?
Has
That's
been
not how
huffing
you
it the
use it.
whole ad.
That's not how some people use it.
You know,
Boots, tell us
Hey.
what you do and where you do it, because I don't know what's happening anymore.
I'm Boots. Hi, I'm Boots. You can find me at World of Enders on YouTube, and there have been and will be many adventure videos of Guild Wars 2 going up. I've been trying to get top. I mean, the idea is top 500, but it's really become top 100 on all the adventures in Guild Wars 2, and it's working. I'm plugging along.
You're plugging along.
plugging along.
I love it. Plugs
Chugging?
and
Is it chugging
tops
along?
and all the things.
It's chugging along.
Okay.
It's chugging along.
No, plugging along is a thing as well.
I think that's also a thing. That's
I think
also
it's a thing.
Is it?
Yeah,
I just need to
along.
get cultured. It's okay.
Are
My
we
brain-
are we
Are you
back
just
in the
being
sex
filthy again,
dungeon?
Chris?
My brain went to a very
You're just being
different
filthy,
thing.
Chris.
No.
Right.
My brain went to a
Yeah,
very
yeah,
different thing.
You were
making
thinking.
progress
You were just being
in some
dirty.
endeavor. That's going on. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay. I've
It
gained
is also-
knowledge. I've gained knowledge today. It's okay.
Proof. Tell us what you do and if you're plugging this weekend.
Oh.
You can't say that.
Oh, am I?
You know?
I also
Along
can't
what?
really say that. I cannot say that. Thank you, Rook. You know, that wasn't very family friendly of you, Jebro.
I mean, it really depends on what you're talking about. See, what Boots was talking about, which Reader put in the chat, is to continue making progress at steady, consistent pace, especially in the face of difficulties, challenges, and setbacks, which is literally what Boots is doing.
Hey.
So
Sounds
you're the
like
one
it
who
was
went
the
to the
perfect-
filth.
It was the perfect thing.
I simply asked for clarification on the matter.
Sure.
That is all. Hi everyone, my name is Kroof. Also, co-founder of Crap. If you need some paranormal investigating, hit me up. My rates start at a minimum of $5,000 for 20 minutes.
What does CRAP stand for?
We are not worth that. Crap is not worth that. We
Crap stands for.
I really want to know.
Kroof?
What I want to know is, did Rookery stay in the van like most of the time, or did you go outside?
No, she
went
died
outside.
alive.
Oh, you went outside. You died.
I was the first to die 90% of the
Oh.
But you were a
Sorry.
valuable babe.
Really? Well,
You're
part of the problem
valuable
was,
babes.
well, in the lore that we established,
so
I
much
was the
sense.
new intern. I was the new intern to the
Rook
crap
was the new
crew.
intern.
Oh,
And
that's
I
right. I was
also-
there for that.
Yeah, I get very scared, and so even though I knew that the ghosts could hear, even if I wasn't using the like push to talk, I still had a really bad habit of the ghost appearing and then me just screaming, and then I would just crouch like that was gonna say.
Yeah, I honestly I had the same issue for 3 months of me playing. But Crab stands for Kroof, Rook, Angie, and Paul.
Oh,
and
okay.
that's who we play with.
That's a very good
it's
name.
fun.
I didn't
But,
like how you did that.
But Kroof.
Oh, wait.
Stan-
Could you be Kroof, Rook, Angie, and Paul paranormal investigators? So that is a whole thing?
So like 2 P's?
Yeah, crappy.
Why?
If you're gonna have
Oh,
one P,
Eve.
might as well have 2 Ps.
Yeah, I crappy bird.
I like it. Actually, I'll
like
bring it up. I'll bring it up to the co-founders. We'll see how we feel about it. But I also make YouTube videos over on YouTube talking about Go Wars 2, and honestly, probably some other MMOs soon because I've been kind of feeling it. I've been kind of like, I've been having an itch, and I need to scratch it. So
Just don't do it on the podcast, okay?
thanks for having me. Also,
Great,
how
how-
else were you supposed to use Vicks?
You rub it on yourself.
Well, I do that too, but like,
Yeah, you like put it
Like,
But,
that's how you use it.
like.
It's
I
called
do both
Vicks Vapor
ways.
Rub for a reason. It's
Oh,
not
it
called
is.
Vicks Rape Vape. It's not called
my
Vicks
goodness.
No,
Vapor
no.
Snort up your nose, is it?
that's true. That's true, but
Yeah,
I'll,
just
It's very
do
true.
wash
put it,
your
like, on each side of
hands.
their nose for some
Just
reason.
saying,
too.
just do wash your hands. Jesus
Jesus.
God.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Jesus God.
Yeah.
Everything. That's
Yeah,
holy.
don't set
Please.
your genitals on fire with it. Please don't.
Wow,
I'm-
you're suggesting some things right now. That's
Well,
very
I mean,
interesting way to use
all
Vicks
over the
Vapor Rub.
hands. All over the hands. Anyway, sorry. Sorry, I'm still on NoFap November. So I'm Phoenix. I'm Phoenix, the Crab Herald. And I make
whoa.
The grand hair.
God, I
Crab Herald.
don't even know how to process what's happened to me in the last 20 seconds.
I don't know what's happening. Actually. It's very true.
I make Guild Wars 2 content over on YouTube. And I'm actually going to be making some 14 and some WoW content because I've been playing a lot of those games. If you haven't jumped in, I think you possibly missed it by now. Oh, well, maybe you haven't actually. Do jump into 14 because they've got a Halloween thing on, which is really sweet, and you get a new emote, which is really cool, and it's super funny and amazing. And yeah, I make Guild Wars 2 and stuff on YouTube. And yeah, that's me. Please watch my stuff. I like food and shoes. Okay, yeah. That's all I've got to say.
I'm not sure anymore.
In that group.
You were the last one, weren't you? I don't know what's happening, so
hope
I'm
so.
confused. All right,
Did Boots
cool.
go? Oh yes, Boots
I
went.
like
Boots
that
did
one.
as well.
Good.
Everyone, thank you
Okay.
so much for being here and saying hello, doing all the things. Don't forget to check out the LightBringers on a weekly basis, twitch.tv/JebroUnity, where we will be doing more talking about expansions and other things, Guild Wars 2. We will see you next time. And it is on the YouTube channel and all the things. I'm actually going to be on another Guild Wars 2 podcast tomorrow. For once, I'm going to be on someone else's podcast, so that's going to be fun. With Kit the Traveler, and apparently they have got Rama on there, the voice actor, and they're going to be on the podcast as well. So like, that's going to be cool.
Was it Rama?
Wait, was there yeah,
Or
it was
Rava.
Nashir Dalal.
No shit. I'm tuning in.
Yeah.
We are tuning
I
in.
reckon we should probably start maybe getting some of these people on here, because I reckon we could probably do that. So I will start to try to get those people on. And also, added thing, description below, what kind of guests, like what kind of special guests would you like us to talk to? Like who? Would you like ArenaNet employees? Would you like voice actors? Who? I don't know how to read. What do you mean I don't know how to read? I mean, I can't read. I mean, what? I'm reading your stuff right now. Are they not coming? Oh no, they're not coming. They're not coming. They just liked the tweet. Sorry, they're not coming. I thought you said they were. My bad. My bad. Is that what you said? All right, look, just lie then. I lied. I completely lied. Just watch it anyway. I thought you did.
We're still tuning in. We're still tuning in.
I can't read. I'm
Definitely.
dyslexic. It's not my fault. I'm sorry. I just got the wrong end of the stick. Now I'm sad. I'm just gonna ask him anyway. I'm just gonna ask him.
You should totally
Just gonna
do
shoot
that.
my shot.
Yeah.
Okay, I completely lied.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I lied, everyone. We're going now because I now feel silly.
And on that bombshell. Sorry, guys.
He's going to be
look
there in the
next
chat
time.
though, because he liked the tweets. So that's what I got confused with.
Okay.
No, Reed is going to be there as well. It's Reed Geek's podcast debut. So come and join us.
Ooh, I will definitely turn up for that. Yeah.
Wow. Not because I'm going to be there.
I talk
Wow,
to you all the
Fornax.
time, dude. Sorry.
What?
Feels bad.
You never talk to me. I DM you and you just blank me hard.
Wow, this is brutal.
Oh no. Oh, the ghosting. This is a lot of personal information. I need to go.
Wow. Okay. I'm
I
joking.
replied to the last one. Anyway, it's fine.
On the next podcast, we'll be bringing on that dead cat from Camphor. So we'll see you soon.
Rest in peace.
Goodbye. It's not real. It's not something that happened. Which screen? That one! Yay! Thanks for joining us on the Awkward LightBringers Podcast. Bye.
I don't know what made it awkward this time.